All right. So hello, everyone. A very good afternoon. Once again, sorry for the delay. Let us get started. The people have connected online. So can you please confirm whether you are able to hear me?
Yes, sir. We can able to hear.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So today is the first session that we're going to start as part of this data science using R and Python. Okay. Right. So if you are joining first time, so let me give you a little brief introduction about who we are, ExcelR Solutions. Okay. So ExcelR Solutions is an initiative of IIT, IIM and ISB alumnus. So we have started this company around 7 years ago in 2013 or 14 timeframe. And so far we have trained 130,000 participants across the globe. So we are offering close to 60 plus training programs. So data science, artificial intelligence, okay. So PMP, cloud-based programs such as AWS, Azure, GCP. Okay. So you name it, the training technologies. So we have the training program with us. And when it comes to the data related the programs, so data science or artificial intelligence, so we have trained almost 20,000 participants across the globe. We have a strong presence in various countries like US, Malaysia, UK, and we have physical branches in various cities in India. So we have offices in Mumbai, Pune, Hyderabad, and Bangalore. And we are the preferred training partners for 150 plus companies. So wherein we deliver a lot of trainings in those companies. And we have associated 70 plus universities and colleges. Okay. And we have been awarded by Deloitte and Technology Fastest 50 Growing Companies, TCS Business Partner. And we have collaborated with IBM, meaning the participants who enroll for this data science program, so they will get the certificate from IBM after clearing the examination. Okay. And these are the other awards and accolades we have won over a period of time. All right. So about myself, I'm Srinivas. So I'm alumnus of Indian School of Business, ISB Hyderabad. I have 13 plus years of experience in machine learning, deep learning, and statistics. Okay. I worked as a data scientist in various companies like Scient, Infosys, Accenture, and Mercedes-Benz in research and development divisions. Okay. And I worked in aviation industry, telecom, banking, and automotive domains. Now, can we have a quick introduction about ourselves? So I know last time we have taken introduction, but so I see few of new faces here. So let us have a quick introduction. Yeah, please. Yeah. You can sit, and you can just your name and what you are studying, or if you have already completed, so where you are doing the job. Yeah.
Myself, I belong civil engineering background.
Okay.
Now I'm working in structures and modeling, but I want to talk with data science.
Okay, great. Yeah. How many years of experience do you have?
No, sir, I'm fresher.
A fresher. Okay, just joined.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, please.
Hi, Srinivas. Myself, Dinesh Thakur. I've just completed my BCom in 2019. Currently, I'm working with ICICI Lombard as a consultant into property risk and value-added services.
Okay.
So, I just found this course through my colleagues only. One of them, I guess, he has studied there in 2018.
Okay.
So he only suggested me.
Thank you. Yeah, please.
Hi, Srini. I'm Deepa. I've completed my BEIT. Right now, I'm working in consulting.
Okay. Yeah.
Hi Srinivas, this is Janki here, and I'm from Baroda. I have completed my bachelor's in commerce in 2015, and since that time I'm associated with Tata Consultancy Services over where I am kind of an associate. Now I'm at the senior position, and it's been 5 years of associating with Tata Consultancy Services.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Janki. Yeah.
Hi Srinivas, this is Mohan.
Yeah. Hi,
I'm
Mo.
based from Bangalore. Yeah, I'm from a commerce background. I got around totally 7 years of experience. Currently, I work for an oil and gas industry.
Okay. Thank you, Mohan.
Finance too.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Srinivas.
Yeah. Aparna.
Hi, Srinivas. Aparna here. So I have done BE instrumentation and currently working with Majesco Limited as an associate manager. I'm having total 16 years of experience in IT.
Okay,
That's it.
great. Yeah, thank you, Aparna. Yeah. Yes, sir, Qureshi. Yes, sir, can you hear me?
Hello, sir. I can hear you.
Yes.
Yes, sir. As I introduced last time also, my name is Yasser Qureshi. I've done BSc Biotechnology. Later, I started my own restaurant, but due to pandemic, I am looking for a career change, as I've told you earlier.
Yes. Okay, great. Yeah, thank you, yes, sir. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Turkesh, yeah.
Yeah, myself Pritesh Kote. I've already enrolled here. It was great having interaction with you and outside topics. Currently, I'm working with Econ Solutions, which is a data science firm itself. But due to examination, final examination, I had some gap on the course. So, started learning things. I could get a good technical grip and hands-on Python and other tools in data science.
Great. Thank you. Yeah, please.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. This is Suraj here. I work in Aditya Birla Group as a data analyst for the last 3 years and I have experience in time.
Thank you.
I'm Nikhil and I completed my engineering this year and I'm fresh.
Okay.
My name is Parth and I have completed my BTech and I'm from ExcelR.
Okay, great. So thank you all. Thanks for your introduction. And yeah, let us get into this today's agenda. Today we are going to discuss about the workflow of the data science project and what are the tools that we need to learn so as to execute the data science projects. Right. So what are the tools that we are going to apply at various phases of the data science project? Okay, and then we'll discuss about a few applications of the data science. Then we will get into the basics of statistics today, and then our support team will join us and they'll give you the KT. So the KT related to who to contact if you need any help. Okay, so how to join the session, so where to navigate to find out the lectures, to download the assignments, to download the Python code or data sets. Okay, and what are the different activities that we have planned for you as part of this learning path. Okay, so all those things will be discussed. So by the support team, they'll be joining today at 4:30 p.m. So till then we'll have these sessions. Okay. All right. So workflow from data to decisions. First of all, why data science is required? Why data science is being implemented in companies. So let us understand that. See, for example, we have a company. The company, let's say, related to retail. Okay, supermarkets, or so for that matter. So we can also talk about the banking, for example, banking industry. Banks are there, right? So why these companies are healthcare or whatever the domain that that is there. So why the companies are implementing data science? So why they are going after this data science? So what is the basic thing they are looking for? So any inputs? So what do you think actually? Why companies are going for this data? Okay. More profitable, right? Profit is yes, more structured way.
So to be simple, Srinivas, it is to understand your customer and so finding out the insight from your data sets, which is just underlying, and make decisions according to that and any for the future benefits.
Fantastic, right? So make decisions, right? Make decisions, exactly. So whatever, so you guys have told absolutely right. So to make profit or to increase the profits, so run the operations in a structured way, right? And understand your customers, understand their behaviors, right? And make decisions. Most importantly, make decisions. So when we have some understanding about our company, so when we have some understanding about our customers, so their pattern, buying pattern, behaving pattern, so that leads us to make the right decisions. Let's say if you want to increase the profit. So how to increase the profit? You'll have to look for, so how you can increase the sales of the existing products, or you have to start new products, or you have to go for new geographies. So these are the different ways where you can increase the profit. But how do you do that? Yeah, should you go for the new geographies, or so should you ask your customers to buy more and more existing customers, or should you launch new products altogether? So how do you take the decision? Again, you have to get the data, and you have to analyze the data, and appropriately then you have to take the decision, right, based on the feasibility, how much you are going to invest, how much you are going to get, okay, at the end of the day. So all this leads to the better decision making process. So when you want to take the decision, you need facts and figures, you need data analysis. So based on that, you are going to take the decision. So that is a main basic objective of the data science. And also the more structured way, right? So we have a business processes. Let's say, for example, if you take any company, we have different functions. So be it finance function, okay, so be it operations, okay, so be it HR, whatever the function that is there, and also the production process. So these processes, so at times, so will be very complex. When you say complex, so many steps have to be done in that process, many people would get involved. So a lot of complexity will be there to carry those processes, right? And when you have the complexity in those processes, so there is a chance of errors, right? And to simplify these processes, yes, we can use the data science. We can use the data science to simplify or to automate some of the processes, manual processes. When I say manual processes, see, so let's say there is a process one. So we'll take an example anyway, but at a high level, let me discuss here. So process one in this, I have to do activity 1, activity 2, activity 3, activity, let's say 4. Then this output of activity 4, so has to be fed to the different process. Now you see, these are the 4 activities have to be performed by humans. So when there are some humans are intervened in the processes, there might be some errors also. These people might commit some mistakes. Now, wherever possible, so we will try to automate those processes using this data science by building the machine learning algorithms. So these machine learning algorithms automatically perform those activities, right? So when we are removing this manual intervention in this, so that means this is automated. So the chances of committing errors so would be reduced, and the process efficiency also would increase, right? So because of these reasons, yes, companies are so aggressively adopting these data science topics, right? Okay. Now, so when we say we are implementing data science projects or machine learning projects, what are the different activities, or what is the process flow? So that is there. Now let us discuss. The first step in the data science project is a problem, right? So we need a problem statement, right? So this is a problem. And then, so we will collect the data around this problem. Yes, this is a problem statement. And if I have to address this problem, I need data. And we will collect the data from this problem. So this is a data set, let's say. So this is rows and columns. So once I have the data with me, then I'll go ahead and generate the insights. The insights are nothing but, see, the sample, statistics like averages, okay, and so probably the count. So different things are the visualizations. So you can go for the line chart or bar chart. Okay, all these things you can implement. Yes. So yeah, we can. You want to reduce the AC? Yes. Right. So for example, so what do you mean by these insights? So insight means, so any pattern. So if you find out, like for example, the pattern is the customers, so who are more than 35 years of age. Okay, so these customers are buying more. So during, let's say, for example, weekdays. Okay, so age group customers are buying more during weekdays. So in a shop or in a shopping complex, or the customers who are age is more than 22 to less than 28 age group. This age group customers are so visiting more my restaurant during weekends, especially on Friday evenings. So this is a pattern. This is an insight. So when we have this insight, then we can manage our customers in a better way. right? And then once we found these insights, then we'll go for the features. The features are nothing but the columns in the data set. You see these columns, right? In a data set, we'll have the columns and rows. The features are nothing but these columns are called as features or parameters. So we will process these features, we will identify the best parameters or columns in the data set. So once we have got that, we will go ahead and we'll build the models. These models are nothing but the regression analysis, or in the machine learning, so we have the decision trees, so we have neural networks, so on and so forth. So once we build the model, then we'll go ahead and we'll use the model to predict the business outcome, right? And then, so based on that business outcome, we'll take the decision, right? So this is the flow of the data science project. Now let us take one example, okay? And let us see so how all these steps, so we can carry out on that example. So in the banking industry, so let us take the banking industry example. So because this is easy to understand by everyone. Okay. In the banking industry, the main problem, so the banks are facing is a default rate. Okay. Default rate is nothing but the people would take the loans and then they'll not pay back. Loans are credit cards, they'll use the credit cards and they'll not pay back. So this is the default rate. Out of 100 customers, let's say, so if 10 customers don't pay, so there's a 10% default rate. Okay. So if the default rate is very high, then the banks will not survive. They'll go bankruptcy, right? So the banks wanted to reduce this default rate. Okay. So that is what actually the problem statement is. The problem is reduce the default rate. Now, so related to this, so in the loan section, let's say, for example, loans are credit cards. So this, in this section, they want to reduce the default rates. So this is personal banking kind of a thing. Now, when we apply for a loan, for example, there's a customer. So when we apply for a loan or credit card, we'll have to fill an application, right? So as part of that application, we will give a lot of data. So our name, age, our professional details, and finance details, addresses, all those things we have to fill up, right? So that is name, okay, and then address, okay, salary, current salary, designation, years of experience, okay, and then our marital status, the locations where we have lived, all those details you have to fill as part of this application. Okay. This is what the data set is. This is what the data set is. Okay. So whatever the application, the data that we fill, and that is basically used as a data to address this problem. Now, let us say we are going to build a model using the data that we have collected from Jan, okay, 2020. So till let's say July, okay, 2021. So this is the data that we have. So that means last year Jan till last month, or let's say this also Jan, not last month, Jan 2021. So 13 months data that we have. So how the data will be? So it is important to understand how the data will be, data structure will be, right? So the data is like, so first we'll have the name of the customer, and then we'll have the address of the customer, and all other details like the financial history, right? The PAN card, using that we can find out the CIBIL score, right? And then we'll have the current salary, the current EMIs, and the family details, and all those things we'll collect. And this customer, so we are saying that this customer has taken the loan, so in the month of Jan 2020. So by this time, we will come to know, right? So this customer whom we are talking about, this customer is a defaulter or not, because see, from Jan 2020, so till this time, so if this customer is paying all the EMIs on time, so this guy is not a defaulter. If this guy is not paying the EMIs, then we'll say, hey, this is defaulter. So likewise, so we'll collect the details for each and every customer. So default, sorry, this is not a defaulter, a defaulter. So not a defaulter, okay, defaulter, not a defaulter. For each and every customer, we will populate this column. So this column is called as dependent variable, or we will call this as a Y variable. Okay. right? So how we will populate? So from the experience, from the real data, the bank will identify whether the customer is defaulted or not. Then we'll mark it. Hey, this customer is defaulted, not a defaulter, like that. So this data we will use. So that is what the data means. Okay, fine. So once have the data set, then what is the next step? The next step is go for the insights. So insights generation. So as part of this insights generation, we will apply the statistical analysis and also the various visualizations we'll implement on this to understand so the different patterns in the data. What data is trying to say. When I say patterns, so we can identify a few things like this. Hey, so the customers who are living in this location one, for example, and whose salary is so between 70K US dollars to 100K US dollars. Okay, and so the age, so around 25 to 30. So these people, 95% of the people are not defaulters. Not defaulters. So this is a pattern. This is a pattern. So likewise, we can identify different patterns, and that gives us more understanding about our customers, right? And so we'll use different plots, as I mentioned, line chart, histograms, or bar chart, or box plots to identify the outliers, right? So various, so different techniques we'll use, slice and dice of the data, just to understand the patterns in the data, right? And once we have thorough understanding of our data set, we will go for the feature engineering. This is also called as feature engineering. Okay. So what is the objective of this feature engineering? The objective is to identify the important features in the data set. So as I said, each column, right? Each column is called as a feature. Loosely, we can say each column is a feature. Now, out of all these columns that we have collected, so all these columns are important to us to address the problem of this default rate, or some of the columns are not required, or we have to add more columns. So that kind of discussion, so we'll carry out at this stage. Let us say we also collected, for example, temperature, rainfall or temperature, average rainfall, average temperature. So at the location where this customer is living, right? So do you think this temperature, rainfall would affect the default rate? No, right? Not really. So that means these two columns are not important. So this analysis will carry out at this step, feature engineering, right? Simply, we will go ahead and we'll remove these two columns from the data set. Okay. And the earlier, the CIBIL score was not there, or the PAN card was not there. Okay. So in order to identify a customer, the potential to repay the loan, definitely we need CIBIL score, right? If that was not there, definitely we will include that, the CIBIL score in the data as part of one of the features. So all those additions, modifications to data set, we will carry out at this phase, that is a feature engineering. So for that, we need domain knowledge as well. That means people who are working in the banking domain, people who are dealing with these loans and default rates, they'll have a good understanding of what kind of parameters so that play key role in the features in the data, right? So we'll also take the help of domain knowledge, domain experts. So that is the reason. So if you have expertise in one of the domains, so that would be added advantage for you. So when you become a data scientist, so it is not only the data science, the skills or the topics, whatever we are going to learn are important, but also the domain knowledge also equally important. Yeah, the domain knowledge also equally important. So what is the domain knowledge? So the domain knowledge is in the banking domain. So how the banking processes are being executed. So if you're working as a HR, so different HR processes like recruitment process and also the payroll process, right? And the L&D process, learning and development, right? So different processes are there. So what kind of data is being collected as part of those processes, and how to tackle the problems, and what are the problems are there in the department, in the industry, right? If you talk about telecom industry, yes, so there are certain problems are there in the telecom industry, and people who are working with the telecom industry, they are well aware of those problems, and they know what kind of data is being collected, right? Even oil and gas, and you talk about any industry. So people are aware of the things that are happening in industry, so in their respective domains, and that is important, right? And on top of that, if you learn the data science, and you are the best person to apply the data science concepts to those problems, right? So that is where the domain knowledge is equally important. So with these data science concepts, for freshers, that's fine. So the companies would conduct the trainings. So if you don't have any domain knowledge for the freshers, but experienced persons, so experienced people, yes. So you need to have the domain knowledge, right? And then, so we will identify, let's say, for example, earlier we have the 100 columns, 100 features. So we have collected as part of this feature engineering. So we have narrowed down to, let's say, 60 columns. We have removed the 40 columns. So we thought, the domain experts said to us, hey, so the remaining 40 columns are not important, right? Okay. So now we have 60 columns in the data set. Some of the columns we have removed from here. And using this data set, we'll go ahead and we'll build a model. So this model, so as I mentioned, regression, it could be a regression analysis, okay, logistic regression in this case. It could be a decision tree. Okay, it could be random forest. So there are a bunch of algorithms that we are going to discuss. Yes, so we can implement these things here. Once the model is ready, we will use that model for the prediction purpose. So what to predict here? What do you mean by prediction? The prediction here is, let's say, see, today we have built a model. Okay, so just assume that today we have built a model, the machine learning algorithm. Now, this algorithm that we want to use, we have received an application from a customer, okay, saying that, hey, I want to take loan from your bank. So this customer has applied for a loan, and as part of that loan application, we will get all the details, right? Whatever the details that we have discussed here in this table. So all the details we'll collect from here, from this customer. Please come. Yeah. Okay. So from this customer, all the details will collect. So name, salary, EMI, PAN card, all those things. And we want to predict, the prediction here is, so if I approve the loan, okay, so what is the probability that this customer would become defaulter in future? So that is what I want to predict. So that means, hey, so if I approve this customer's loan application, so will he or will she pay all the EMIs on time, or this guy is not going to pay the EMIs? So that is what I want to predict. Okay, right. So this data, so the customer data will send it to the model. Model would throw out the prediction saying that, so this customer is going to pay all the EMIs. That means this customer would not become a defaulter. So with 90% probability. That means this guy is not a defaulter with 90% probability. Or this guy would become a defaulter, so with 85% probability. So this is what we will get from the model, the prediction about this candidate. So once I get this prediction, we will take the decision. What is the decision that we'll take? Whether to approve the application, loan application, or to reject the loan application based on this input, right? Okay. So here, since we have got the output from the model, hey, this guy would not become a defaulter with a 90% probability, then we'll take a decision, go ahead and approve the loan application. So approve the application and disburse the loan. So this is a decision that we can take, right? Okay. So any questions so far? Any clarifications needed?
No, sir.
Okay, great. All right. Now, you see something called as feedback loop. Okay, so what is this feedback loop all about? This feedback loop is, see, our model has given the prediction saying that 90% is the probability that this customer is not going to be defaulted. But how far this is correct? Is it 100% the outcome that we have received is correct? No, need not be. Because, so when you build a model for the first time, the model accuracy might be, let's say, 85%, 90%, like this. So it is not 100%, right? So that means whatever the outcome that you get from this model, also accurate, so 85% of the times, or out of 100 cases you predict using this model, 85 cases, so would be on an average, would be right cases. That means, though you have got this, so the probability of this answer is correct on average 85% based on the accuracy of your model. Roughly, so this again, not exactly, roughly it would be 85% you can say. That means there is some room for mistake. That means still this outcome might go wrong as well. Okay, now let us say, so since we have approved this application, this customer, okay, has availed the loan. After 6 months, this customer is not paying the EMIs. Okay, this customer is not paying the EMIs after 6 months. So 7th month, 8th, 9th, 10th, no, this customer is not paying these months. So that means, so based on the definition of the defaulter, the banks will term this guy as a defaulter. Okay. But so model has given us this guy is not going to be defaulter, but actually this guy has turned out to be a defaulter. Okay. That means the model has made a mistake. Right? As we discussed, yes, model definitely. So since the accuracy is 85%, you cannot expect all the times, 100% of times, the output would be correct. No, right? So now, whatever the candidate, right? This candidate has become the defaulter. So this information, okay, so the candidate information again will be sent back to the data as a feedback, meaning, hey, model has given us, so this guy is not going to be defaulter, but actually on the ground, this guy has become defaulter. So that information will send back to the data set. Question.
So I would like to understand, you said the model has made a mistake. Maybe while calculating before the application, the model has given the accurate data because at that time the guy was salaried. Okay, after 6-7 months, that guy has lost the job, and hence he's a defaulter. So how do you differentiate that the model is incorrect or correct? So the model is correct because it got the data, whatever it's figured, it was right.
Correct.
So now the model is incorrect because it's right. It's fine option.
Okay, a good question. Right. See, the situation has changed. Okay. So after disperse the loan, the situation has changed. The guy has lost the job. Then because of that reason, the guy is not paying the EMIs back. EMIs to the bank. Now, when the situation has changed, then you cannot blame the model. As long as the situations are same, whatever the data that you have used, that data situation as well as, so this candidate situation is same, then you can blame the model because the model has made a mistake. If the situations have changed, yes, so obviously we cannot point out to the model, right? Yeah. Right. So again, so we'll send the data, this candidate data to the data set, main data set, and this data set so will be used again to generate the insights. Okay, and then again we'll use that to feature engineering, and this updated data, whatever the data that we have here, so the new updated data, so that will be used to build the model. And this process goes on. This process again, so we'll send the feedback to the data set. When I say feedback, that means, so we are adding extra row here. So with this candidate details, okay, right. So this updated data along with the old data will use to generate the insights and feature engineering, model building, predictions, decision making, and this process happens over a period of time, right? And in this process, this model would become more robust. So the quality of the predictions that you're going to get so would increase. So when you so continuously, so that means the model building is not a one-time activity, one-time job. So it is a continuous process. And ideally, so this model has to be refreshed or updated with the latest data every 3 months. Every 3 months. Okay. Again, so this the frequency can be changed based on the data that you get, the frequency of the data. So within a month, so you have accumulated a new 1 lakh records. Yes, you can go ahead and you can do that, refresh the model within a month. Okay. So how fastly you are getting the new data, volumes of the data, based on that you can define your model refresh or model maintenance phase. So why we have to do this? You have a question?
So then when we have to continue this?
Yes, you have to continue this continuously as long as you are using the model. Because why we have to refresh this model? See, if you talk about the people purchase behavior, earning the capacity, and also the thinking patterns. If you compare 2000, year 2000 to 2020, do you think the people behavior is same? No.
No.
So there is a drastic change, right? So that means if you use the 2000 data, for example, 2000 data to build your model, so that reflects 2000 thinking pattern, 2000 year, the behavioral pattern. And that model you cannot use in 2020 because that model has become obsolete. My model has to reflect the latest thinking behavior. The patterns have to be latest. So because of that reason, so we have to update our model so very often. In the sense, again, based on the data that you have. And so every 3 months is a thumb rule, and ideal situation, you can go for model updation, model refreshment. And once you deploy the model, that's not the end of the job. And every 3 months, you have to so take out the model, refresh the model, again, redeploy it. Okay? And continuously have to monitor the model performance. Okay, so that is how. So we will, yeah. So see the model data to decision or model building process. Yeah, questions. So any questions or any clarifications needed? Okay, so I have a question. So here, so what do you think, how much effort? So we need, let me clear this. Yeah, so what do you think, how much effort we need to build a model? So any guess? So it's fine, even if it is not accurate, that's fine. Still, just guess. How much effort do you think is required for a model building? So this step, in a percentage wise, you can tell, not in hours.
Depending upon this project that we are working on.
Okay.
Second is it will always depend upon one time, majority of the things. Less time, it will be like elimination of human intervention. So whatever it will be like a one time or two times. And on that period of time, you can do just a testing of the model.
Okay.
Depend on the number of features.
Okay, number of features we are giving. Okay, right. So let me help you with this. So generally we'll spend 10 to 15% of the total project effort in the model building. Okay, so that means we do spend majority of the project's effort. We will spend so in these phases. So remember 65% to 75% of the effort we will spend in the insights generation and feature engineering. The lion's share effort we will spend in these two phases. And you can understand how important these two phases in the model building phase. Right? So hardly 10 to 15 or 20% effort will spend in the model building. The machine learning project, right? So algorithm building is not a major task. So when you understand the concepts of the algorithm, then you don't spend much time on that. Otherwise, yes, so you have to spend a lot of time. But ideally, so how much effort we have to spend on this model? The step here is 10 to 15%. And if you work on these insights and feature engineering, then most of the job is completed for you in a machine learning project. Right? And the prediction deployment. Okay, so 5% will spend on the deployment and other documentation, project management effort, all those things will be there. But majority, so if you have to spend on the insights generation, data cleaning, and data joining, and all those things, problem formulation, and then feature engineering. These are the important steps that we have to focus on. Yes, EDA. This is also called as EDA, exploratory data analysis. Right. So as part of this, what we do is, see, when you work on the real life projects, right, the data comes with a lot of problems. First of all, the understanding of the problem itself is a difficult job. So the customer would say something, then you have to convert that into a machine learning problem. So customer would say that, hey, so in my company, the efficiency is very, very low. Okay, so then you have to dig into deeper when he says efficiency. So what does it mean? Okay, so in a certain department, a lot of mistakes are happening, a lot of rework is happening, or people are not working efficiently, the productivity is low. So all these things you have to identify, and then you have to convert that into machine learning problem. In the sense, if there are many number of mistakes happening, then what you do is you'll collect the data, relevant data, and then you'll try to predict the number of errors the team is going to commit in the next 1 week or next day. If the productivity levels are low, then you'll try to predict, so what would be the productivity levels for the next 1 week with the same team. Okay, then so what can be done to increase this by changing different variables. Let's say I have variable 1, variable 2, variable 3. Okay, so we'll do some kind of a what if analysis. So what if actually if I take out this, so how this variable 1 impacts my productivity level, right? So how this variable 2 impacts this productivity. Like that, you'll do a lot of other exercises to formulate the problem first. Then you'll collect the data and you'll go for the EDA, then feature engineering. Okay, so that is where a lot of effort is going to be consumed. Even when you collect the data, right? So you'll have to consider different data sets. You have to join them. Okay, you have to clean them. You have to transform if necessary. So all this takes a lot of time. Right?
So data extraction is not a part of data science, right?
Data extraction, you can say yes, it's a part of data science. Okay, so what happens in the projects? So let me explain the project organization also. In a data science projects, anywhere the people would be 3 to 5 people. We'll have DAs, data analysts, so at the lowest level. Then we'll have the data scientists. Then principal data scientists are the project manager. Okay, so here, so 1 or 2 people will be there, data scientists. So senior data scientist and data scientist. Okay, so like this. So we'll have the project structure like this. So these data analysts, their job is to extract the data from the databases, and they'll do simple analysis, and then they'll present that analysis and the data set to the data scientists.
Okay.
And sometimes what happens, there will not be any data analyst in the team. So there are multiple data science projects that are going on, and one database guy will be shared across multiple projects just to save the cost, because see, the data extraction is does not have that much time, doesn't take that much time. So hardly, so out of the 100%, 1% or 2%, so that takes the project effort, right? So that's where actually one DB, one database guy or one data engineer shared across multiple projects. Okay, yeah. So if you know, as a data scientist, if you know the data extraction, pulling the data from the SQL or NoSQL databases, that is good actually. Okay, you don't have to rely on the some other person, some other team. Okay, but as long as you have the access to these databases, that is fine. Okay, yeah. All right. So now coming to the tools. So what are the tools that we're going to use in different phases of the data science project? Okay. So data, so will be there in the databases, right? SQL or MySQL, SQL or NoSQL databases or cloud-based, doesn't matter. So just you have to extract the data from these databases, and once the data is in your environment, so you don't have to worry about the databases. Okay, right. So I have the data. So once you know how to pull the data or tables, join the tables, then that's fine. So to that extent, if you know, that is good for you. So once the data is in your environment, meaning Python or Tableau, these are the environments. So we will analyze the data. Okay, so there we can generate the insights as part of this EDA process. We can use Python, we can use Tableau for the data visualization, or Power BI, or R. So once you get understanding of the data, then you'll go for the feature engineering. See, the feature engineering can be accomplished 2 ways. So one is using the data mining techniques. Okay. The other one is domain knowledge. So using data mining techniques, so we have the algorithms. Using these algorithms, we can identify automatically what are the features which are very important, so for the problem or to build a model. So that is, so this data mining technique we'll discuss. So that can be accomplished using Python or R. We can build the algorithms and we can identify the best columns or best parameters. And using domain knowledge, yes, as we discussed, so people who are working in the domain, they know the behavior of the people, behavior of the processes. So by that knowledge, they can identify the best parameters, right? So these two are important. The data scientists, so they'll go, with this, okay, with the help of domain knowledge. So you have to combine both of these things. So you cannot implement, either this or this. No, you have to go for both. First, you have to check with the domain experts. So which are these parameters are important. So how this problem would be affected, all those things. Then you can go for the data mining techniques. So then models. So we can build the machine learning algorithms in Python or PySpark. So this is a Python version of the Spark. And cloud platforms such as Azure, Microsoft Azure, right, AWS, Google Cloud Platform, GCP. There are many other cloud providers out there, so we can use any of them. But the most popular are this. So AWS and Azure. We can build a model because so in the cloud, right? So they'll have the databases there and there, and you can build the model using Python or PySpark, and you can deploy the model in the cloud itself. So when you say deploy, so let's say, for example, one example I can quote here is, you have seen this car wallet, right? So wherein if you want to sell your second-hand car, or if you want to buy second-hand car, so you will give all the details of your car, the car make, year, okay, the number of kilometers on it, all those things, to get to know what is the appropriate price that you want to quote to the potential buyer, or if you want to buy to the potential seller. So how do you get to know the appropriate price? So in the car wallet, if you give all these details, then this website would give you the appropriate price or approximate price. So how that is happening? So that is based on the machine learning algorithm. In the back end, the machine learning algorithm is working on the data, whatever the data that you have sent to this website, entered in the website, and then algorithm has thrown out the output. And again, that output has been shown on the screen. Okay, so this deployment, right, whatever the backend, the algorithm has been deployed. So this deployment can be accomplished, can be done using the cloud, Azure or AWS or any other web server, be it IIS, or you can go for the Apache server, right? You can go for that. But the standard practice these days is deploying on these platforms such as Azure and AWS. Okay. All right. And then predictions. So once you have the deployment is ready, then you can go for these predictions. Just you have to enter the data, relevant data, and the outcome or output. So that would be displayed on this website. So that is a prediction that you will get. Okay. And then based on that, you will take the decisions. Okay. Yes. So this is a tools landscape. And out of all these tools, if you see here, so if you learn Python, okay, Python, then yeah, so comfortably you can build the algorithm and you can deploy the algorithm. And so at this moment, so Python is the most used language for the machine learning implementations. And slowly, the PySpark also, so catching up. And so it is good to know that the Spark language and the Spark in the context of Python, Spark, that is called as PySpark. If you learn the Python, again, PySpark is similar to this Python. Okay, so just little bit syntactical changes will be there, but if you learn the Python, then so PySpark is very easy for you. All right, so now let us discuss a couple of applications, okay, so of the data science. Right. So the first one is the products recommendations. So the products recommendations, so are basically when you want to buy a product in Amazon or Flipkart, so you would search for that, with that name of the product, like I want to buy a mouse. So when you search for this product, so the product details would be shown, and also just below this, you'll also see the list of the products which are similar to this product. So like, so customers who viewed this item also viewed these items, these products. Then you would see all these products based on the ratings, okay, reviews and the price, then you will go ahead and place the order. Now, have you ever wondered or thought how Amazon is coming up the list of these products, on what basis? Even in the YouTube also, when you're watching a YouTube video, the right side, you would see the recommended videos, right? On what basis they are coming up with this list of videos? So that is based on a technique called the recommendation engine or products recommendations. So one of the machine learning concept that we're going to discuss. Right? So that means, so we are using all these applications. Yeah. So if you know this, that is fine. But unknowingly, there are a lot of applications based on the machine learning and data science applications. Right. So one more application which is very widely used in the manufacturing and automotive industry is predictive maintenance. So what is the predictive maintenance? Using, the goal of the predictive maintenance is to forecast and prevent the failure of a car or a machinery or a component. Okay. So let's say, for example, imagine, so you have traveled, you have planned a long drive, so which is at 2000 kilometers, let's say, for example, a long drive you have planned. So in a car, and you are in the middle of the travel, okay, and all of a sudden the car has broken down and middle of the road, let's say, and you don't know who to contact and all those things. So it'll frustrate a lot, right? See the frustration of the customer, right? And also this is a dangerous situation also. What if actually it is a middle of the night you're driving? So that's also a very dangerous situation for you. Now, this is one case. Second case, so just before you start your drive, okay, you'll run some diagnostics. Okay, you'll run some diagnostics in the car. So you'll get a detailed report about the health of the car, saying that yes, so all these parameters are fine, and so these parameters these are some of the problems so that we see in the car. Then immediately what you see, what you do, you will go to the service station. Hey, these are the problems. So my car has shown me. Can you rectify? The service guy, yes, they will go through that all these diagnostic logs. So they'll see the problems and see the potential root causes of these problems. They'll try to eliminate those things. They'll say that here, so everything is fine. Now you can take your car. Then you'll plan your travel and without any problems, so you can drive that. See the convenience here. So how do we get this? So this is basically called as the predictive maintenance. That means before any problem occurs, using the machine learning algorithms, so we can identify the potential problems in the vehicles, in the machinery, and we can remove the root causes of those potential problems upfront, so that those problems will not occur in the system. So that is called as predictive maintenance. Let me walk you through this use case here. So since we're talking about the vehicle, let's say car. Okay. So in this, from vehicles, so be it a car or truck or bus or whatever it is. So these days, so the companies are collecting huge amount of data. The OEMs, when I say OEMs, the Maruti, Hyundai, or whatever, the car manufacturing industries, companies, they're collecting huge amount of data from the vehicles. When you connect the vehicle to Wi-Fi, so through Wi-Fi, so the data gets transmitted to the OEM's data center. So in this car, so we have something called as ECUs, engine control unit, right? So this is a palm size. So the palm size chip. So this controls everything in the car. When I say everything, this almost, if you want to turn your steering, so first the request would go to the ECU, then ECU approves that request. Hey, so the angle the tire has to turn this much based on how much the angle you are turning your steering. When you press your pedal to increase the speed, again the request will go to ECU. ECU decides how much amount of fuel and air should go into the combustion engine so that the speed would increase. That means everything would be controlled by software nowadays in the car. In turn, this ECU stores all the data related to the components and what is happening in the car. And that data will get transmitted to the data center. So this is one way of collecting data from the cars or vehicles. And the other way is, when you go to service station, so those people would connect something called as OBD, onboard diagnostic device. Okay. So using this OBD also, they'll collect the data from the ECU, they'll transmit to the data centers, the respective OEM's data centers. So once
So,
the data,
can you
please.
explain this again, please? How does it get transmitted, the data?
Okay, see, one way is when you connect the car or vehicle to the Wi-Fi. Okay, so the data, so whatever the data that is stored in this ECU, that data gets transmitted to the data centers.
Okay.
Through Wi-Fi. So the other way is, so when you go to the service station guys, so they will connect a device. So the device is called as OBD, so onboard diagnostics. So these days they'll not open up and they'll not open all the engine, all those things, right? First, what they do is they'll run some automatic diagnostics process. Okay, so they'll connect, they'll pull the diagnostics information and they'll identify the problems on various components, right? So that OBD data they'll collect. So that would be sent to the data centers, and the data scientists in those companies would extract the data from these data centers. They'll build the algorithms based on the use case. So in this case, I want to find out, so when this car is going to be broken down, right? So that is what my model so has to tell me. That means if I give this car's data, if I supply this car's data to this model, the model should tell me that, so at what kilometers this car is going to broken down. So in the next 1,000 kilometers, next, let's say 2,000 kilometers, at what kilometers this car will have a problem because of so and so reasons. Also, I need the reasons as well, right? So because of reason 1, reason 2, reason 3. Right. Exactly. Right. So using this model is we can identify for each car, each vehicle wise, we can identify the problems, and then we can send the notifications to respective people, the drivers or the owner users. Then the users, so they'll go to the nearest service station and they'll so remove the potential problems so of the car. So that's how actually the predictive maintenance is being implemented in the manufacturing, in healthcare, so in the automotive domains. So wherever you have machinery, you can implement that. Even let's say, for example, this data center server is there. So this is also kind of a machinery. Even for this also, we can identify the potential breakdown. So when this server is going to be down, based on certain parameters, we can build the model and we can identify the downtime well in advance, right? And then we can reroute the traffic through other server. We can minimize the downtime. Right. So like that, so we can implement this so across many industries wherever we have machinery, devices, so we can identify the failures of those devices. Okay. Right. So now let me walk you through the agenda. Right. So this is the agenda that we are going to follow. So for the next 10 weekends. Okay. Please. Okay. So ours is weekend schedule. All right. So 4 hours, Saturday and Sunday. So day 1 Saturday, day 2 means Sunday. So like that we have total 10 weekends. So first we have the project life cycle. So that's what we've discussed. And then we'll have the LMS walkthrough. That means the KT session that is going to happen. And yeah, we are going to discuss about the data types. Okay. And the measures of central tendency, those things we'll discuss. And basic statistics would continue tomorrow. All right. So then we'll discuss about the R basics. So tomorrow we'll see installation of R Studio, and descriptive statistics in R. Okay. So high level discussion we'll have on R. And then we'll go to Python implementation, Python installation, sorry. the different libraries that we need, and also Jupyter Notebook, and then GitHub account creation. So this we'll discuss. And our focus, so mostly on pandas. So how we can do the data analysis using the library called pandas, and the visualization using Matplotlib and Seaborn. So that we'll see. Then again, we'll go back to the discussion for the statistics, like we'll discuss about the random variable, probability distribution, normal distribution, okay, standard normal distribution, all those things we'll discuss. Then the central limit theorem, confidence intervals, right? So then we'll have the assignment session. See, these assignment sessions are basically for each and every topic, whatever the topic that we are going to discuss here. So we will have the assignments for these topics. Okay. And these assignments have to be done. So whenever we are discussing these topics, and when you have any questions, those questions you can get clarified on these assignment sessions regularly. So we are going to call the technical team, the assignment team, to our sessions. They'll join, and you can ask them if you have any questions. Also, these people, so during the other time also, so we'll publish their mobile numbers, email IDs. You can contact them. So WhatsApp, you can call them. In case if you have any more questions, so you can ask those questions in the sessions. Right?
Srinivas, sorry to cut you. Through our agenda, so mainly our focus is on Python or R, which is our majority will be?
Python.
Python, right? Because why I'm saying is, so if you compare previously, the demand curve is turned towards Python from R nowadays. So just wanted to reconfirm. Yeah.
Yes. So our major focus would be on Python. Yeah.
Thank you, Shri.
So then we will discuss about the hypothesis testing. Okay, ANOVA. So mostly we'll discuss about parametrics. And then we'll discuss about the EDA. So this is what, so we have discussed about the insights generation, project lifecycle. Okay. So when the data set has been given to you, so where to start? Okay, so that we'll discuss. And so what to look for, the problems in the data set, how to clean the data set. Okay. So imputation techniques, how to treat some of the problems, and how to understand the data set by going for the scatter diagrams, correlation analysis. Okay, so transformations. So these things we'll discuss as part of EDA part 1. That means we'll have one more part also, EDA part 2. Then, so we'll discuss about the linear regression. Yeah, so we'll discuss, we'll start the discussing on the linear regression, multiple linear regression, then logistic regression. These are the different regressions. So that we have to implement for different business cases. Based on the requirement, we have to use different topics. Then we'll see how we can deploy algorithm in Python. So that we'll discuss. Then assignment session 2. So whatever the assignments that are there, so we assume that, so you would try these assignments, and for these assignments you can ask the questions. Yeah, so in assignment session 2. And then we'll have the data mining techniques such as clustering, hierarchical clustering, k-means. So these are the different topics we'll discuss. Recommender systems. Then one more assignment session 3. Okay. Then from there, so we'll start the machine learning, supervised machine learning algorithms. So from here, so that goes on, and then have the EDA part 2. Right. Then feature engineering. So this is, yeah, so after EDA, yeah, we'll discuss about the feature engineering. So what are the things that we'll do as part of the feature engineering? What are the data mining techniques that are available? So for this, that we'll discuss. And how do we validate the model? So once you build the model, so how do we so make sure that this model is good enough, the accuracy of the algorithms? So that we will discuss as part of model validation techniques. And then the advanced, the models such as the ensemble techniques like bagging, boosting, XGBM, right, LGBM, right, then support vector machines. This we'll discuss. So after that, we'll start discussing on the neural networks. So ANN, artificial neural networks, and optimization algorithms. The math behind these algorithms we'll discuss. The gradient descent, stochastic gradient descent. These things we'll discuss. And then introduction, the high-level introduction to the deep learning method such as CNN, convolution neural network. So this we'll discuss at high level. Then assignment session 4. Right. So after that, we'll go for the NLP, text mining or NLP. So that will be till here. So these are the 3 days we are going to discuss. Right. So then time series analysis, forecasting, and then we will discuss, as part of this forecast, we'll discuss bunch of different techniques, and then survival analytics. In the end, we will discuss about end-to-end project, data science project, by combining all these. So here we are going to discuss some bits and pieces. When you say EDA part 2, feature engineering, model building, okay, validation, all these things we are discussing. So in parts, okay, combining all of them. So we'll discuss in the end one project, end-to-end data science project. Right? Yes. So out of all these things, so the crux of this entire data science program is this, guys. Right. So the unsupervised machine learning from here. So data mining, unsupervised machine learning, supervised machine learning, then natural language processing, NLP. Okay. So it doesn't mean that you should neglect other topics, but so other topics also important. But so if you ask me, so where to focus on out of all these topics, first you focus on these things. So here, right. And when we're going to discuss, yes, you have to pay full attention. So on these topics, then that's fine. Okay. So any questions?
Yeah, Mohan here. So
Yeah,
for
Mohan.
the data visualization, which tool we are going to apply here?
Yeah. So for data visualization, we are going to learn Tableau.
Tableau. Any chance we can get to see examples from what is that? Power BI?
Power BI. Yeah. So that you can discuss. Yes. So case to case basis, we can discuss that, Mohan. Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you, Shane.
Yeah. No problem. Oh. So now there are certain things called value added courses. So what does that mean? Let me discuss. So you see, there are certain courses here, like Hadoop, Databricks, Apache Spark, all these things, right? See, in these topics, in this classroom or online session, so I'm going to discuss introduction to, okay, intro to R, okay, and then we will discuss about the Python for data science. Okay, Python for data science, especially we are going to discuss about the Pandas library and Matplotlib Seaborn, right? So these are the libraries. So I would be discussing in the classroom in the session. And so the complete Python course is being taught as a value added course. So 30+ hours of Python sessions are going to be conducted. So this also live, these are the basically live sessions. Okay. So again, there are 10 hours of R sessions are going to be conducted, and Hadoop and Databricks Spark, this is around 15 hours sessions, and MySQL, this is around 20 hours. So this is around 10 hours. So this is 25 hours. So these sessions are the live virtual sessions, and these are all called as value added courses. This would happen every month. So every month we'll have Python session. Every month we'll have this R session. Every month we'll have this Hadoop, Databricks, Spark, and all these sessions are going to happen every month. And so you have to enroll these for this separately. Okay, so this you don't have to pay anything extra for this. So the information about these courses so would be sent to your WhatsApp, the registered WhatsApp number. And so these courses generally would happen mornings, okay, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Or so at times in the afternoon also we'll conduct some of the sessions. In the evening, 7 to 9 p.m. or 8:30 p.m. to, okay, so 10:30 p.m. Okay. In case, for example, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. So the Python session is happening. So these timings are not suitable for you. You don't have to worry, because this session would happen again next month or next month. You can attend as many number of times as you want. Okay, if you miss on a certain month, you don't have to worry. Next month you can again attend. These are the validated courses. Just so keep on checking the messages or the mails that you are receiving from ExcelR side, and accordingly you can enroll for these programs. All right? Yeah. Please.
Is there this platform to let us save the video or lectures that we can refer if we missed at a particular time?
Yes, yes. We have LMS. Yeah. So anyway, so that KT is going to happen. Let me show you since you asked me. Right. So this is our LMS, learning management system. So in this, you will see this. Okay. Yeah, you'll see the courses like this. So these are the sessions that I've conducted. Let's say, for example, yeah, you have enrolled for this course. So you can see all the recorded videos, the session that have happened like this. Even if you miss, yes, you can just go through them, you will recording, then you will get to know it. Yeah. So AWS is e-learning module. So that is not the live. So this e-learning module, that means recorded video will give you, but all other things are LVCs. Yeah, we're also planning to get this live, but so it happens in future. Okay, fine. Then let us take a break now, a 10 minutes break. Okay, so after that, so we'll get into the first module, that is statistical analysis. Okay, yeah. All right, so let us start our first module, the statistical analysis. Okay, so basic statistics. So as part of this module, we are going to discuss about data types. So continuous, discrete. We have different data types. Okay, and then this is one set of data types, continuous and discrete. Then the other set of data types are this. So nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio scale. Okay. So first we'll discuss about this. So then we'll discuss about this. And then we will get into first, second, third, and fourth moment of business decisions. So nothing but mean, median, mode. So those things we'll discuss. And then graphical representation of the data. So what are the different visualization techniques are there? That we'll discuss, like histogram, box plot. So these two are very important. So we'll focus on this. Bar plot, yes, we'll discuss. And more the graphical representation or data visualization topics we'll discuss in Python. So in Python, when we're discussing about the Seaborn, right? So there we'll discuss a variety of visualizations. So using the data, right? And then random variable, probability distributions. So like we will discuss about the binomial distribution, normal distribution, and then how do we use these distributions so in a real life scenario. Okay, so that also we'll discuss. And then hypothesis testing, ANOVA, then simple linear regression equation. Yeah, so with this, so we will conclude the statistical analysis module. So yeah, so let us start with this data types. The first is basically statistics. So what is the statistics? Statistics is the science of data. So when you say we are doing statistics, what do you mean by that? So that involves collecting the data, classifying the data set, summarizing, analyzing, and interpreting the numerical information. Let us say we said we are applying statistics on a student's data. Okay, a student's data set. What do you mean by that? So we can collect the data. How do we collect the data? Simply launch a survey. So it's some survey questionnaires, or I can roll out some Google form. Let's say, for example, we are collecting data from our participants here. Okay, so what kind of data I can collect? Let's say I can collect name, okay, so the education background, and if they have any the professional experience, the location. Some people, let's say Mumbai, okay, and Bangalore, Hyderabad, other cities, right, Pune, yeah, and then let's say the company, if they're experienced people, so which company they are working for, right? So these are the details. So we can collect mobile number, email ID, of course, we'll collect that. So this is the data collection. When we wrote a survey questions, so based on our business need, so we'll design the survey questions, or we'll roll a simple Google form to collect the data. So that is a data collection methodology. So once we collect the data, classify the data. So what do you mean by classification of the data? See, again, based on the need, so I can divide the data into location. So the people who are attending from location 1, so I'll prepare a subset of the data. Okay, subset of the data like this. Or let's say, so based on the experience wise, so 0 to let's say 2 years, a subset, okay, and more than 2 years to 5 years, another subset, more than 5 years or more than 10 years. So I can break this the variable into different buckets. Again, I can create subsets of the data based on this criteria, right? And then company wise. So when you create or when you divide the data based on a criteria, that is called as classifying. Classification means segregating the data. So once you segregate this data, then you'll summarize. Summarization is the people, let's say, who are attending from location 1. So what are their average experience? Okay, and then the count of the people who are coming from this location 1 and compare with the other locations, location 2, location 3, the average experiences. Okay, so all these things we can do that summarization. And analyze is, yes, so as we discussed, compare the data from location 1 to location 2 and location 1 to location 3. Some kind of analysis you are going to generate, right? And then most importantly, this one, interpreting the numerical information, the interpretation of the analysis that you have generated. So that is very important. See, anyone who knows this, they can easily apply by understanding how things are going on. But this is interpretation of the numerical information to the business teams. So this is important. So when you practice this a lot, then you will get it. That means, see, for example, whatever the statistics that you have generated, so it would be difficult for the business teams to absorb, to understand, to take the right decision. Let's say, so we have conducted a test, hypothesis test, and we have got something called as a p-value. So p is 0.03. This is a p-value that I've got. And we said that, hey, we have conducted hypothesis test and the p-value is this much. And this report, we have prepared start report. And this is a p-value. And this information, we have sent it to the business team. The people who does not have any idea in the statistics, they don't have any clue what all this p-value all about. What do they do with this p-value? So they cannot process this information. Simply, they'll throw it in the dustbin, because they don't use this. Okay, so this would be, for some people, it would be Greek and Latin. So that is where, so we have to hear a hat of the business, and you have to explain in their terminology only. So what do you mean by p-value? How it impacts the business if they take a decision on this? So how they have to use this information? So that interpretation. So convert this statistics into the business terminology and explain them very clearly. Then only they'll value your work. Otherwise, simply they'll say, hey, so they are doing something else and we're doing something else, right? So this is where we have to focus on. And in our so course also, in our sessions also, we are going to discuss a lot. So how this will be helpful, how we are going to interpret certain information. So that will focus on more. Okay. So there is a standard textbook. So for this statistics, so the name is Complete Business Statistics. So this is a standard textbook prescribed by a lot of universities who are offering the statistical course in their universities. Okay, there is a free PDF available. You can download from Google. Just type Complete Business Statistics. So this is the name, and there are 3 others. So one of the others are Soundara Pandian is one of the other, and other one is Excel. You can just check, but so the picture is here, right? So so if you get this kind of picture, then you're downloading the right one. And very easy way of explaining statistics is written in the book, and this is the most popular book for the statistics. And in fact, some of the content that we are going to cover has been taken from this textbook. We're going to cover some of the topics here. And software, yeah, predominantly we are going to focus on Python. And so we are going to see 2 things. One is Anaconda. So Anaconda is a Python distribution. So Anaconda. So when you download this Anaconda distribution, so you will get bunch of tools, out of which we are going to use Jupyter Notebook. So this is what we are going to use for the Python implementation. So this is one thing, and the other thing we are going to see is Google Colab. So Google Colab, so this is a cloud version of the Python Jupyter Notebook, and so you need an internet connection to use this Google Colab. So why we are going to use this Google Colab is the configuration of this cloud. So the Google Colab is higher than the most of the normal computers. So these people, Google is offering for free. The RAM size is around 13 GB. The hard disk is 100 GB. Okay, but our interest is so the RAM, right? So the higher RAM size, the higher capacity, right? So we'll use this. So for this higher capacity RAM, and even if your machine is 4 GB or 8 GB, still that is fine. So we will use this 13 GB RAM and Google Colab. Okay, yeah, I'll show you how to so download this, how to install this Anaconda to use Google Colab in future classes. All right. So here we have 2 things. So in statistics, one is the population, the other one is sample. So what do you mean by population? So anyone? So we hear a lot, right? Population, sample. So what do you mean by population?
People living in a particular state.
Yes.
So it may be number of people you. It may be number of people or the survey you do for the particular group of people.
Right. So number of people. So generally, so population means, so we'll define the population of humans. So all the people who are living on this earth is a population. Or we can customize the definition to geographies as well, like the population of India, population of a state, right? So like that we can define. That means all the elements in that scenario, in that context, is called as population, right? Now, let us say we have a company. Okay, so this company is manufacturing mobile phones. Okay, so this company is manufacturing mobile phones. Now this company wanted to understand the screen sizes, so of the mobile phone, so are so exactly at the prescribed the specifications, or there is a variation. So let's say the screen size of this the mobile phone is 5.7. Okay, so there is a mobile phone. Okay, so this, yeah, the screen size is 5.7 inches or not. That is what actually they wanted to find out. Yeah. So this company is manufacturing so lakhs and lakhs of mobile phones, let's say. Okay, so the first one, okay, so 5.71, second one 5.69. So this is the screen size of first mobile, second mobile, okay, 5.7, third mobile, okay, fourth mobile, like that. So there are lakhs and lakhs of mobile phones are being manufactured on daily basis from this company. Now they want to monitor the screen sizes. So if they have to monitor, that means each and every mobile phone, so they have to measure the screen size and they have to see how the variation is. So that is a difficult job. So lakhs and lakhs they have to measure, even if they have automated way, still that is a difficult job. Okay, so at least so they have to measure and they have to compute and they have to see all things. So to make our job easier, question. So now this we can call as a population. So if you consider all the mobile phones that are being manufactured by this company, if you consider all of them, then this is called as population, this data. Okay. So now to make our life easy, what we can do is, so we can take some modes. So we can define. So what is the sample? That means I will take only a few mobiles every hour, 1 hour. Okay, every 1 hour, I'll take, let's say, 1,000 mobiles data, the screen sizes of these 1,000 mobiles. And like that, every 1 hour, I'll take, second hour, again 1,000, third hour, 1,000, like that. So 24 hours, 24,000 data. So this 24,000 data set is called as sample, right? And then we will analyze this data set to gain insights into the population data. That means, so with some error or with some accuracy, we will get to know that, so hey, so our population data, that means the mobile phones, all the mobile phones are complying to this 5.7 inches screen size, or is there any deviation to this number? That means, is there any major deviation? That means all the mobile phones, the screen sizes are only 5.7 inches. Is it like this, or there are no problems, or the screen sizes are more? So that means 5.9, let's say. So these kind of insights we can get to know, we can get when you analyze the sample data. Even the one example I can quote here, vaccines. Okay, so these days we are talking about the COVID-19 vaccines. Now these vaccines are in the trial phase. Okay, so we have Covishield, Covaxin, a lot of other the vaccines are there. So at the time of trial phase, so what they have done, the trial 1 phase, we have sampled 1,000 volunteers, 1,000 people to test vaccines, whether the vaccines are working efficiently or are there any side effects. So then what they have done in the trial 2, so they have increased, so these people, that is 10,000 to 30,000. 30,000. Then in trial 3, increase the sample size again, that is, let's say 1 lakh. So these are the different trials have been undertaken to test the efficiency of the vaccines and to see, so are there any side effects. What are these? These are the samples. They have not tested on the population. Why they have not tested on the population?
They understood with the sample that it's one about. It's like they were very fair idea.
Very fair idea. And also the problem with the working with this population is the access to the data. They have, if they have to test it on population, first of all, they have to produce those many vaccines. And those have to be distributed, those have to be administered, then they have to collect the data, then they have to analyze. And what if actually if there are any adverse effects? The entire population would affect, right? So to avoid all those problems, they will work with the sample data. They will take a few of the elements, few of the products or few people, and on those people they'll test it. And this, what are the results that we get? So we will apply some statistics on these results, and those results would be append to the population. That means what are the results that we'll get? I'll say that, hey, if this is the case, the population would affect like this, or if this is efficiency, population efficiency would be this much. That means the results can be appended to the population data. Right? So that is where, so one is the difficulty in working with the population data, access to the population data, okay, and also the limitations in the systems and hardwares or softwares, whatever the reasons might be, okay, regulations. Because of all those reasons, we will work with the sample data, right? And what are the results that we get on the sample data, so we can apply to the population as well. So that is the reason we'll go for the sample, right? And so here we have two things. One is sample statistics, population parameter. We'll discuss in detail what do you mean by that in subsequent classes. But so for the time being, sample statistics means when you apply some statistics like this, mean is nothing but the average, or finding out the variance of this data, standard deviation. So when you do these things, these are called as sample statistics. So this can be denoted by the English letters. So X bar, so denotes sample mean. Small s square denotes, these are the small x square. This is sample variance, small s, sample standard deviation. And when it comes to the population parameter, so you see the naming convention. Here we are talking about statistics, and this we are talking about the parameter. We'll see why. So we are calling statistics there and parameter here. So in inferential statistics, yeah. And the notation here is here we have to use the Greek letters. So population mean mu, population variance sigma square, population standard deviation sigma. Right. So here we'll use the Greek letters, and here we'll use English letters. Okay. So statistics. So we have two kinds of statistics. One is descriptive statistics. The other one is inferential statistics. Okay. So what is a descriptive statistics? Descriptive statistics utilizes numerical and graphical methods to look for patterns. See, I have been given a data set, customer's data set. Okay, my manager asked me to, hey, analyze this data set. Where do you start? What is starting point for analysis? Descriptive statistics. This is a starting point for any analysis. As part of that, what we'll do? So we will find out different statistics such as average, the mean, okay, median, okay, mode, standard deviation, variance, quartiles, right? And are there any null values or outliers in the data? These things we are going to identify. And also, we will apply the visualization techniques such as bar plot, line chart, histograms, box plots. Okay. And, so we can go for the contour plots, density plots, different plots we'll go for. What is the objective of applying these plots? To understand the patterns in the data. So what do you mean by pattern? Pattern is nothing but out of 100,000 data points, mostly, so in the customer data, so we have seen, so the more than 25 years of age and certain parameter is, so let's say, are buying the most, are selling the most, or this pattern is not good for our business, is good for our business. This is what the pattern is. Right? So mostly out of all the data points, most of the data points are complying to certain affirmation. So that is what the pattern here is. Right? So we'll apply the visualization methods and numerical statistics to understand the patterns. That is called as descriptive statistics. Whatever the data that has been given to us, this is sample data, guys. Sample data has been given to us. And when we try to understand the patterns by applying the numerical statistics as well as visualization, that is called as descriptive statistics, right? And inferential statistics, yeah. So we'll discuss once we complete the descriptive statistics. So till that time, so just forget about this inferential statistics. For the next few classes, so we are going to descriptive statistics only. Then after completion of this, we'll move into the inferential statistics. Right. Now let us start our discussion with this descriptive statistics. The data types. What are the data that we collect? The data will be categorized into these four types. Nominal data, ordinal data, interval scale, and ratio scale. Now let us discuss, so what is this? So what is a nominal data? Nominal is name, norm, right? Name of things. It's just a label that we have given to the things or to the humans. We will say that, hey, this is a table, chair, okay, laptops, projectors. What is that? Getting a name to an article, then data is as the nominal data type. So if you write, so all the things that are there in this classroom, like fans, ACs, the chairs, the benches. So if I have the data set, what is the data set called? Nominal data. That is called as nominal data, right? Or previous degrees, the human names. So all these things are called as nominal data type. Categories. So those are called as categorical data or KD. And data. Ordinal data so can be ranked, ordered. So what do you mean by that? So like so when we collect the customer survey, so from the customers, so we'll have the responses. So highly satisfied, okay, satisfied, neutral, not satisfied, highly dissatisfied. You see, we have given certain order, highly satisfied, satisfied. So this makes sense when you put like this, right? So this is ordered, like rankings. So of the players in sports, the rankings of the officers in army. So that also can be ordered, and our business school rankings, our college rankings, university rankings, all these things. So when you collect, then that is called as ordinal data type, right? And interval scale. So interval scale are basically here, intervals are meaningful, means, so if you collect a data type, or if you consider quantity, in a certain intervals, okay, in these intervals, the quantity will be same. Meaning, for example, if I take the temperature, especially is interval scale. For example, here, -5 degrees to -4 degrees, -3 degrees, 0 degree, okay, 1 degree. So like this, 26 degrees, then 27 degrees. So all these things are apart 1 degree. Okay, so when you move from -5 degrees to -4 degree, so -4 to -3, or 26 to 27, or 0 to 1, the amount of temperature increases is same across all these intervals. And also when you say zero, when you say zero temperature, it doesn't mean that there is no temperature at all, right? When you say zero temperature, there is no absence of temperature. Temperature is there, but the temperature, the quantity is zero. Okay, so these kind of a data types. So where the magnitude of the quantity, okay, the severity of that, if that is equal across all these intervals, then that is called as interval scale. Even if you talk about the time, okay, so the amount of time will be same, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. If you take these intervals, so will be equal. The severity, the amount, or the magnitude, so of the quantity that you have measured will be equal in various intervals, right? Now coming to the ratio scale. The ratio scale, the normal measures that we measure on day-to-day basis, like weight, height, okay, and the length. So all other data type that doesn't fall under these categories, so that falls under here, ratio scales. Most of the data that we collect, that we work on day-to-day life, so would scale. Okay. Now, so of the data types is continuous and discrete. So this is most important. Based on this, so we'll have to select what kind of analysis we have to apply, the continuous or discrete. Now let us see what is the continuous. So the continuous is any quantity or any measure that you collect. So if you can express in terms of decimal values, then you can call that as continuous data. Meaning, you see here, time in terms of decimals, that means, so 3 hours 2 minutes, or 3 hours 20 minutes, for example. That means after decimal values, so I can express, still that makes sense to me. Currency, so I can say that, so $100 5 cents. Okay, and we can say that, so 1,000 rupees, so and some change we can write after decimal. That means, so we are conveying in a meaningful way when we write after some values after decimals, right? The length we can say, so 11.5 millimeters or centimeters or kilometers, whatever it is. Height, weight, the length, right? And the quantity. So all these things. So when we can write in the decimal values, and that conveys some meaningful meaning, we can get that. These kind of data types are called as continuous data types. Okay, and discrete. The discrete data types are, so the discrete data type does not take or does not assume the decimal values. It only takes the whole values like 0, 1, 2, 3, like that. See here, number of computers. So I can say that 1 computer, 2 computers, 3 or 4 or 5. You cannot say, hey, we have 4.5 computers. That means after decimal, if you put like this, doesn't mean anything, doesn't make sense. Right? So these kind of data types are called as discrete, especially categories. When you're counting categorical or nominal data, so this kind of data would come, right? And number of ties, number of car ties here. So I'll say that 0 ties, okay, 0 or 1 or 2 or 3, like this, right? And here is a funny example. Okay, number of beatings from wife or mother, right? So is it a continuous or discrete? What do you think? Discrete?
Discrete.
Sorry?
Discrete.
Discrete. Yeah. So anyone is continuous? No. Yeah. Activity might be continuous, but this is a discrete. Data is a discrete, right? All right. So now let us discuss the formal definition of the continuous and discrete data types. Okay. Right. So let me draw number line 0, 1, 2. Right. So here is a discrete data type. So here is a continuous data. Let me take an example of ties, number of ties. Okay. And here let us take an example of temperature. So the ties, so as we know, these are discrete data type, it takes 0, 1, okay, 2, 3, like that. And temperature, so this is a continuous data, we can express this 25.5 or 29.7, like this we can express, right? Now, so can you tell me how many values are possible between 0 and 1? Infinite number of values we can say, right? So how granular level we are going to break down these between 0 to 1. So based on that, we'll get that. So that is infinite number of values are possible. So I can break this. So very, very small. Yes, infinite number of values are possible. Now you see the discrete data type, it doesn't assume any values between 0 to 1. It only assumes those whole numbers 0, okay, 1, 2, 3. It doesn't assume, it doesn't take any value between the whole numbers. On the other hand, the continuous data, it takes all possible values. Okay, so I can say 25.0, that means 25, 25.5. So it takes all possible values on the number line. The discrete data type, it doesn't take all possible values, it takes only the selected value, that is whole numbers. So that's the limitation here. That means it doesn't take all the values on the numerical scale, but the continuous data type takes all the values, whatever granular level you divide the number line, still take that the values, all possible values, the continuous data type. Okay, so any data type or any quantity, if it takes all possible values on the numerical scale, so then that is called as continuous data type. So if that quantity, if that measure does not take all the possible values, then that is called as discrete data type. So this is the definition.
A negative integer would be discrete only.
Need not be, right? So I can say minus 1.5, temperature minus 20.2, right? So if you can express in terms of decimals, you can say even if it is negative or positive, doesn't matter, that's a continuous.
Okay.
Okay. So a quick exercise. So in class exercise. Yeah. So volume of a cereal box, is it a continuous or discrete?
Discrete.
Volume of Yeah. So people connected online, you can type in the chat window for continuous C or discrete D. You can type, or you can just say. So you can unmute yourself and you can say this. Yeah. So what do you think? Volume of cell box, is it a continuous or discrete?
Continuous.
It's a continuous, right? Volume we are talking about, right? Okay. The speed of a car.
Continuous.
Continuous.
Continuous, exactly.
Continuous.
Population of a town.
Discrete.
Discrete.
Discrete. Population, right? So length of a crocodile.
Continuous.
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 Continuous. Number of matches in a box.
Discrete.
Discrete.
Discrete. So temperature of oven.
Continuous.
Continuous.
Number of goals in a season.
Discrete.
Discrete.
Goals. Discrete. So number of shirts.
Discrete.
Discrete.
Excellent. Yeah. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about, so the business moments are called central tendency, measures of central tendency. So as part of this, we are going to discuss about mean, that is nothing but the average, median, mode. So we are going to discuss about how to compute mean, median, mode, and what are the merits and demerits of these measures, right? Yeah, mean is nothing but a simple average, so that we know, right? So how do you compute mean? Let us say this is a data set. So this is my data set. So if you want to compute the mean, simply add all the elements and divide by total number of elements in the data set. So that is what the mean of a data set. Like, so just simply add all of them, divide by total number of elements in the data set. So this is my mean of the data set. And the formula is, so X bar. So this small X bar equal to, so Xi by N sigma. Let's say, for example, I have the elements like this. So 1, 2, 3, okay, 4, and 5. And when you say this formula, sigma Xi, okay, by N. So what is the sigma? Sigma means add up or addition or summation. So whatever this Xi is there, I equal to 1 to N, 1 to N. So this I will take the values from 1 to N. That means several values it takes, like X1, X2, X3, X4, so and so until Xn. So by N. Then how do we join this? Should we combine, should we sum all these values, or should we multiply, should we divide? How do we get to know that? So that is this symbol. The summation indicates, so whatever the values that you get out of this, so just sum them up. Okay, so that indicates, so that indicates from this. Okay, so summation, that is where, so we'll sum up all these values in the data set divided by N. So here you can say X1, X2, okay, X3, X4, X5. Total we have 5 elements. So that means my equation I equal to 1 to 5, because N equal to 5, total number of elements, N is nothing but total number of elements in the data set, right? So here we have total 5 elements. So Xi by 5. And this will be expanded to till 5 times, X1, X2, X3, X4, and X5. Then divided by 5. Simply plug these values into this equation, then we'll get the average of the data set, right? So this is how we can compute the average or mean of a data set. So why we are applying this mean? Why do we need to apply mean for a data set? So any inputs? So what do you think is why we have to apply mean for a data set?
That will represent the closest number to all the data.
Number in data set. Yes. Yeah. Any other inputs?
So it gives a representative value for the entire data.
A representative value to the entire data set. Exactly. Right. Right. See, I have a data set wherein in the data set I have billions of values. Huge data set. Okay. huge data set, billions of values. So I want to have one value that represents approximately this entire data set, right? So generally, so when you talk about the employees in a company, they'll say what is the average age of the employees or average salary of the employees, right? Average productivity levels across the organization. Why average? Because if you give all these the individual values, it would be difficult to comprehend. Some value is, let's say for example 40, some is 50, some value, some other values. So it would be very difficult for us to comprehend, understand what is what. So to represent all these values, I need one nearest number. That is what the average. So what average gives us is the central idea of this entire data set. It gives us the central idea of the data set we will get when you compute the average, right? So that is why the mean is called as central tendency. Central tendency means the center part. Okay, the central distribution or central idea of data set we will get. So that is the main purpose of mean. Okay, so that is the advantage of the mean when you compute for a data set. But there is one disadvantage of mean. Let us see what is that. Okay, so let me populate some dummy data here. So here we are going to compute the mean for the data set. Okay. So average. Right. So these are mean for the data set, right? 3. Now let's compute mean for this data set 2. So this is 22. So when you say 3 here, yes, 3 is a representative number for this because you see all the values are very close to each other, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3 is among them. And then we can say that 1, 2 is also 1, 2 is near to 3, and 4 and 5 also near to 3. That means yes, 3 is a representative number for this data set, so we can accept it. But what about this 22? So do you say that 22 is near to 100 or 22 is near to 1, 2, 3, 4? No. So this is neither near to this nor near to this. Yeah. That means you cannot call this 22 as a representative number for this data set, right? So that means 22 is you cannot call as a representative or central idea of the data set. So in this case, mean is not a right measure. So why this situation has come? Because the introduction of a number called 100. So in the data set. So in this case, the 100 you can call as an outlier. 100 is outlier. What do you mean by outlier? Outlier is any data point or any value. So that is not going to mingle with the other data points in the data set. Right? If you see on the numerical scale, so 1 is here, 2 is here, 3 is here, 4, and 100 is somewhere here, very far away on the number scale. So this is, you can think of odd man out, right? So that means, so if you have a data set where you have outliers in the data set, the mean is not a right measure. Remember, so if you have outliers in the data set, if you find the mean, so often that mean would be misrepresent the data set. So you should not apply mean when you have the outliers in the data set. So that you have to remember. So that is a disadvantage of a mean. So in this case, how do you find out the measures of central tendency? When you have the outliers in data set, how do you find out? So that is where we'll go for something called as median. Right. So when we have the outliers in the data, then we will go for sample median to get the central idea of the data set. So to compute median, we have two cases based on the number of elements in the data set. So if total number of elements are odd number, then we will find out just middle value of the data after sorting the data. Sort the data in ascending or descending order. Okay. So if the data has even number of elements, then we will take the average of the two middle values. Let us say, for example, I have a data set, okay, 5, 3, 2, 4, 1. This is my data set. Okay. So first, what we have to do? Sort the data set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how many number of elements are there? 5. 5 is odd number. Odd number. So then the first case would be applied. So we have to go for middle value. So middle value is 3. So that means the median for this data set is 3. Okay. In the second case, so we have added one more element, 6. Let us say. So then sort the data 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 6 number, that is even number. So in the case of even number, so average of two middle values. The two middle values are this, right? 3 and 4 are the middle values. Take the average, 3 plus 4 by 2. So that is 3.5. So 3.5 is a median. So for this data set, right? And we are saying that median. So if you have the outliers in the data set, go for median. Now let us see how median would solve the problem of outlier. Okay. We'll go back to the same Excel sheet. Now tell me, what is the median for the first data set? So this is a mean. You don't have to consider this. So what is the median for this data set?
3.
3. Right. What is the median for this data set?
3.
Still 3. Still 3. Right. So that means the median does not affected by the outliers. So it is robust towards the outliers. Okay. Even if you have outliers, no outliers, doesn't matter. So if you apply the median, you would get the central tendency. Right. Yeah. But only thing is, yeah. So why it is happening is median does not take into account of all the data points. It only focuses on middle values, only 1 or 2 data points based on the case. While the mean would focus on all the data points in the data. So wherever it is possible, try to go for mean. That gives you more reliable the central value of the data. And if you have the outliers, huge number of outliers are there, then just go for the median. So that gives you the right value about the data set. Yeah. Okay. So the in-class exercises we'll do in a moment after completion of this. So finally, so we have mode. So what is a mode? Mode is most occurred value in a data set. Most frequently occurring value. Right. So this is my data set. So which value or which number is occurring the most? 6. Right. So 6. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. So 3 times the 6 is occurring. That means the frequency of 6 is 3. And no other element is occurring with this frequency. All right. And then we'll say that 6 is a mode for this data set. So we have bimodal and multimodal data sets as well. Bimodal means more than 2 values. 2 values would act as a mode for a data set. Then that is called as a bimodal. And multimodal means so more than 2 values. More than 2 values would act as the mode for the data set. Now let us see this data set. You see 3. How many number of times it is occurring? 3 times. So frequency of the 3 is 3. And 4, 3 times. So both of them, so both of these values are occurring with the same frequency, and which is highest frequency across all the values. then 3 and 4 together act as a mode for this data set, right? And then if you see this, what is the frequency of 2? 2. What is the frequency of 3? 2. And 10? 2. So that means, yeah, so this is the highest frequency and same frequency for these 3 numbers. And here these 3 numbers would act as mode for the data set, and this is called as multi-model data set. This is a bi-model data set, and this mode, just a single mode data set, right? So this is how we can identify the central tendency of a data set. Okay. Now let us recap. So what we discussed. So we started discussion the statistical module. We discussed sample and population. We discussed about the data types. 2 kinds of data types we discussed. One is the nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. The other one is continuous and discrete. So that 2 different types of data types you discussed. Then 2 kinds of statistics: descriptive statistics, inferential statistics. So this we have not discussed, we'll discuss, but descriptive statistics. What do you mean by descriptive statistics? So on sample data, so if you apply the numerical statistics and visualizations in order to identify the patterns in the data, then that is called as a descriptive statistics. So this is the first step that you would carry out on any data set. Any data set has been given to us, and if someone asked us to analyze the data set, then simply we'll go for this descriptive statistics. So as part of that, so what we have, so we, as part of this, we have measures of central tendency. Measures of central tendency. We have discussed mean, that is nothing but the average. Median, mode. These 3 measures are part of central tendency. So these measures of central tendency is part of descriptive statistics, right? That means, so when you say I'm applying descriptive statistics, meaning you are going to compute these 3 measures. Okay, not only these 3, we are going to discuss more tomorrow. Yeah, so this is what actually we have discussed so far. Yeah, any questions on this? Any clarifications needed? All right. So I take that as no questions. Okay. So now we'll take a 5 minutes break. So after the break, the KT team, so the support team is going to join us, and they'll show you the different the activities that you have to do and who to contact. So if you need any help, so where to go in the LMS and all those things, they'll show you. The complete information will be given to you. So from 4:30. Yeah, let us take a break of just 5 minutes.
Am I audible?
Yes, Shruti.
Shruti.
Yes. Classroom session. Guys, am I audible?
No, now you're not.
Now, classroom people cannot listen me.
Yeah, hi Shruti, you're there?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, let me.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I can hear you. Just give me a minute. Let me connect these projector speakers. Yeah, now can you speak, Shruti?
Okay. Now am I audible? I think so.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Sir. Yeah.
Yes, you can go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Good afternoon, team. My name is Shruti. Today I'll walk you through our ExcelR LMS platform where you can access the study material, how you can join for the live classes, where you can see the recordings of your batch, everything. Okay. And if you have any concerns, okay, let me know so that I will help to resolve your issues here. Before that, let me share my screen. So my screen is visible, right, guys? Okay. So once you log into our elearning.excelr.com, basically this is our platform where you need to log in for your live classes to attend the live classes. Okay. First, I'll explain you how you can enroll for the new batches. On your dashboard, you can see something called as upcoming schedule. In upcoming schedule, you will find the calendar of all the future batches that are going to happen. In future, if you're not able to attend any of the weekend batches, and if you want to see what all weekday batches are running, or simultaneously want to attend for the weekday batches also, you can come to this upcoming schedule tab and you can enroll yourself. Everyone has got the access for Jumbo Pass. That means for 1 year, you can attend n number of sessions through online and one classroom session. Irrespective of trainers, timings, whatever it is, you can attend any number of sessions. There is no restrictions in that for 1 year. So for example, let me show you how you have to enroll for the batches. Let me go for the batch. Okay. Good. Okay. So if I want to attend for this weekend batch, which was already started on 7th August, that is 2 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Okay. So what I do is I'll say enroll now. Say again, enroll now. So here you need to be careful while selecting the batch which you are attending. So I'll just scroll down and I prefer to attend this data science weekend 7th August batch, which is already started. So what I do is I again say enroll now. So now I just check mark on this. I agree to the ExcelR terms of service. Just check mark on this, say enroll now. You get a success pop-up. Once you get this pop-up, right, you can go back to dashboard. You can either click on return to the dashboard or the dashboard blue icon, what is there on your portal. Just say return to the dashboard. So immediately the link will be available in today's session because I have enrolled for the weekend batch, right? So it is available for me over here. I'll show you one batch how to enroll for the weekdays. Okay. It's taking time. Okay, let me check for the weekday batches, which is there. So there is one weekday batch, which is already started on 11th of August and the trainer is Neha. The location is Bangalore. So if I wish to attend for this weekday batch, right, I follow the same procedure. Just click on enroll now. Again, click on enroll now. So here I have selected for 11th August Neha's batch 3 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. I say enroll now. This is just a pop-up, guys, what you will be getting. Don't think that again it is directing you for the payment gateway even after making the payment. Nothing like that. You can select either of the two things and you can just proceed further. So I'll say again, enroll now. Then check mark on this. I agree to the ExcelR terms of service. Then say enroll now. So you get a success pop-up. After getting this, go back to dashboard. So you don't see any links in today's session. Today's session will be having the link on that day, whatever classes you are enrolled and for which class you want to attend. Okay. So to get confirmed whether you have successfully registered or not for the batch, you have to go to my live classes and you have to check over here. So the batch is present over here. This is how you can enroll for the new batch. And secondly, to join for the live classes, right, you have two options. One is either you can join from today's session tab or from my live classes. When you click on today's session tab, you will be having direct option to join over here. Here, most of the participants will be facing an issue when they click on this join option. They will be neither directed for the class or the screen appears to be blank or it appears to be stuck. In that case, guys, you just leave the today's session. Don't join from today's session tab. Come to my live classes. Okay. click on the batch you're attending. Say, for example, you're attending for this weekend batch, right? Just click on the batch you're attending and you can click on join option over here. So 21st August, right? If we click on this join, immediately you will get a pop-up to rate the session. Unless and until you won't rate it, you will be not able to rate that. After rating, it will again direct you to the today session tab. If it allows you to join from today's session tab, you can join. If not, come back to my live classes and click on the batch you're attending and you can join from here. And if any of you have missed the previous day class and if you wish to see the recordings, right, you have to come to the my live class option. Okay, click on the batch you're attending. Say, for example, I'm attending Neha's weekday batch. I'll just click on that. Sorry. So here, whatever the Neha has taken, like 20th August, 19th August, right? Everything recordings will be present over here. Once you click on this view recording, right? So whatever the trainer has taken that day, it will be present over here. So there are 4 things I explained you. One is how to enroll for the new batches. Yasser, could you please stop your video? Guys, I would request you to not to switch on your camera because these sessions are getting recorded. So each and every participant will be having the recording of this class and most of them will be irritated when they see the recording. So please be careful not to switch on your cameras during the session. Okay, so here there are 4 things what I explained you. One is how to enroll for the new batches. That is, you can do from upcoming schedule. How to join for the live classes. You can either join from today's session tab. If today's session tab is not working, just leave it off, forget it to join from today's session tab. Come to my live classes, click on the batch you're attending and you can join from there. How to see the recordings, whatever session you have missed, you have to go to my live classes only, click on the batch you're attending and which day recording you wish to see, you can just click on view recording. That is how you can refer the previous day recordings. And most of the people will be thinking now why we are not getting the email notification to join the classes. Here on you will be not getting any emails to join for the class. You have to log in for our ExcelR LMS platform and only join. This is for your information. Any doubts still here? If you have any doubts, please raise it on. Okay, I think so nobody has any doubts. So nextly is you have something called as pre-recorded material. Here you have all the study materials, what you have to refer during your course duration. Okay, the assignments, the PPTs, whatever the trainers are using right during the session, everything is being present in pre-recorded material. Say for example, you want to get the access for the assignments. So you have a folder called as data science assignments. To get access for this, what you have to do is you have to say enroll now. Again say enroll now. So you get a congratulations pop-up. After getting this, go back to dashboard. Okay, then click on my self-paced courses. So you see here data science assignments. So click on this. Then say resume course. So you see all the assignments over here. Topic wise assignments are being uploaded over here. This is how you can refer it. Similarly, you have some recorded videos of data science. Then you have latest data science material. Okay. So you have interview preparation sessions also. Okay. Then you have data science webinars. Then Tableau assignments, everything. To get the access for each and everything what you have in pre-recorded material, you have to individually enroll for each courses. After enrolling, you can access that material from my self-paced courses. Okay. So you have something called as FAQs over here. These are frequently asked questions. In future, you have any queries related to LMS, assignments, project support, certification related. Okay, you can just come to this LMS part and you can check for the relevant query. What are you looking? If there is any query related over here, just click on that question. You find the answer then and there itself. If you don't get any solution over here, you have a whom do you contact? Okay, whom you have to contact in that case. You have the contact details also present over here. Just refer this FAQs part also. So any doubts still here, guys? Whatever I have explained you. If you have any concerns, please raise it on. Class.
Yeah, there is a question, Shruti. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
As I'm new to this, enrollment, I don't have access to this platform. Who will provide the access to me?
You should be able to get the access. Just ping me your mail ID in chat box. I'll just check it.
Did you make the payment?
Yeah, I did make the payment today itself at 2 p.m.
At 2 p.m. Okay. So just today he has done the payment, Shruti.
Okay. You will be getting access, not to worry. You will definitely get it.
Oh.
Any other doubts, guys? Okay, let me go further.
Hi, Shruti, Aparna here.
Yes,
So
Aparna.
this current batch should be available in my my live classes panel, right?
Not if you have already enrolled means it will be there in my live classes. If you have not enrolled, go to upcoming schedule tab and enroll yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Shruti.
Yeah. Any other doubts? Okay, so I hope guys you all are aware that ExcelR is being collaborated with the IBM and Strain-based University. Here you have the access for the IBM certification also. Okay, to get the access for your IBM, right, you need to submit your assignments. Once your assignments are submitted and evaluated, then only you will be getting the access for IBM in next 3 to 4 working days. Okay. Once you submit your assignments, you need not approach anyone. Just wait for the link that will be shared through your email. Participants who have opted for data science IBM certification, text analytics 101 is the course module what IBM is offering. When I say text analytics, right, from ExcelR portion, NLP part is being covered in the text analytics. Okay, you can refer the NLP part. Once you receive the course invitation link, guys, this is how your dashboard will be looking. Okay. Once you get that link, you will receive a course invitation link for Text Analytics 101. Open that mail. You are clearly mentioned in that mail that finish your registration. That means you have to create a new account for your IBM portal. Once you sign in, I'll just show you how your dashboard looks so that it will be easy for you people. Okay. Okay, see. This is how once you successfully register to the text analytics, right, you will get another email saying activate your account. You have to click on that link. Once you activate, you will be successfully able to log in for this skills network site. Once you do that, this is how your dashboard will be looking. So let me sign in here. It clearly states here, create an account, guys. Don't use the ExcelR login credentials. If you try to use now, you will be not able to log in and your account will be temporarily blocked. So it will take another 24 hours to get it unblocked. We cannot do it manually. You have to wait for another 24 hours. Okay. So read the instructions, whatever it has been mentioned in the mail. So I'll sign in now. So once I sign in, to your rightmost, you will see your name displayed over there. So you have to click on dashboard. Once you click on dashboard, right, text analytics will be the course, what it will be visible for you people. So you have to click on that view course. Okay. Once you click on view course, you will find the course details over here. The instructions, everything will be over here. And you have 5 modules which are there. For each module, you have three review questions. 60% is the passing marks for your IBM certification. Okay. Here, 50% is taken from your module review questions and 50% is taken from your final assessment. You can see over here, final exam. Okay. That means you need to answer this review questions also correctly. Don't think that I can randomly select and give the answers. No. If your answers are wrong over here, you will be not able to pass this exam. Okay. 50% is being taken from your review questions also. Then there is something called as lab also. Don't access for this part because none of the participants have the access for this portion. Only the modules what are present over here, go through it, take the review questions and appear for the final exam. Once you pass this exam, right, immediately your certificate will be enabled in the certificate portion. By default, you will be receiving 2 certificates. One is individual course certificate, that is text analytics 101, and the other one is main certified program in data science using machine learning and machine learning with R and Python. These are the 2 certificates what you will be getting. Once you click on this certificate, right, you will be getting individual course certificate, that is text analytics. Second one, to download the main data science certificate, right, what you have to do, you have to go to learning path, search for text analytics. So my text analytics is over here only. So you have down to text analytics, you can see view learning path. Just click on that. Okay, scroll down. Once you scroll down, you have an option called as request certificate. Just click on this, wait for 1 minute or 1 second something. You will get the option to download the certificate. Once you click on download certificate, right, the certificate will open in a new browser. Once it opens, right click on that certificate and say as print. Automatically, it will go to this PDF format. So from here, you can just change the settings in whatever way you want to save your certificate and you can download it and save it. This is how you have to download. I know it's too early for you people to give all these instructions. Okay. But the purpose of telling this is once you get the access, right, you just refer this recording for the second day recording of your batch so that you will get to know how to download the certificates, how to appear for the exam, how to take the exam, everything. Okay. And team, make sure that you people are reading and taking the exam because we have seen participants who are just taking the exam. They are not clearing it in first attempt. Okay. Try to clear it in first attempt, team, because second attempt, it will take little bit time to get back to retake the exam for you people. Okay. And most of the people are like they haven't scored good, so they want to retake the exam. That is not being considered. So first time, whatever you have taken, whatever the percentage you have scored, when I say 60%, if you have scored only 60%, that is your final marks. No retake of exam will be done if you are scoring less. Only if you are not able to clear, another chance will be provided. That's it. Okay. Once the access is given, don't tell that, ma'am, I have my college, I'm enrolled for other courses, I cannot study in this time. All these things are not entertaintive. Okay. You have to give some time. You have 30 days. Okay. Once you get the access, 30 days is the time period. In 1 month, you can take any time this exam. Immediately you'll get the certificate. Immediately you'll get you can download it. You need not wait for anything over there. Clear? Any doubts?
So I just have a question. This is Mohan here. So these additional course which belongs to IBM, this will be we will be taking after we completing this data science course, right?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. Once you submit the assignments.
I mean the overall assignment, right? Complete
Yes.
assignment for the data science.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. So those assignments what we submitting, we can keep on submitting whenever we complete that particular portion, right? Or do we need to wait till the completion of these course and then we have to submit the assignments?
No,
So
no.
as and when you complete an assignment, right? So you can submit that. Yeah. You don't have to wait till end.
Okay, whenever we complete that topic, we can do it then.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, thanks.
Any doubts, team? Okay.
Is there any deadline to complete the assignment? I mean, like 1 month?
Yeah, the assignment team will come. They'll clarify the questions. Yes, yes.
So I just had one more quick question. So I've been told that about the
Please.
TCS certification as well. So how that works, the TCS one?
Mohan, I didn't hear you. I lost your voice.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I was told about the TCS certification as well. So how that TCS certification works?
TCS, there is a other person who will be handling, okay, because I'm not the right person for you to guide. You can just get back to me. I can give you the details later on, Mohan.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
Any other doubts, guys? Okay. So similarly, this is something about the IBM part. I wanted to let you know the things. Okay. You have something for stain-based exam also. For stain-based, if you want to appear for the exam of stain-based also, you have to complete the assignments. Completion of assignments is mandatory for any certification you people are opting. Once you complete the assignments, you will be given the access for mock test. Okay, one mock test will be conducted for the data science. If you pass through that mock test only, then we will have the final exam of stain-based either on first Sunday or third Sunday every month. Okay, 90 minutes is the time slot what we are giving for stain-based exam. Same, it is a 60% passing marks and all are multiple choice questions. Once you get through, once you pass through that exam, right? 3 weeks, in 3 weeks you will be getting the soft copy, and in 6 weeks you will be receiving your hard copy of the certificate. And we don't have any reference question papers, or there is no separate study material neither for IBM, neither for the stain-based. Whatever ExcelR portion is there, that is sufficient for you people to appear for these certifications, and you can score good marks. Okay, trust me guys, just prepare well, you can score good marks for the both the certificates. Just refer the ExcelR material.
Yeah, Shruti, thanks for that assurance. So these stain billers, stain biller, right? So this will be part of the program, or it will be additional cost to us?
It's an additional cost, Mohan.
So any detail that you would want to
your
update us?
concerned counselor can give you details on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Okay. And the stain-based exam is conducted from our ExcelR LMS portal only, team. Okay, there are no separate logins for that. Each and every login details, how you have to log in, how you have to join, all the details will be shared through your mail before one day of your exam. Okay, to participants who have opted for that, make sure you are completing the assignments, and that exam has to be taken in 6 months from your course start date. Don't think that you can take it after 1 year, nothing like that. In 6 months, you have to complete that exam. Any doubts now? So if you have any doubts, let me know so that I can address. Anyone is failing, anybody is having any login issues also, any technical issues to join the sessions, let me know. Okay, so we have Jayashree from assignment team who will be giving you all the details regarding the assignments part. So participants who were having queries on assignments, you can just ask her. She will answer your queries. So Jayashree.
Yes, Shruti.
Yeah, over to you. Srinivas, can you just give her the co-host access?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So So team, this is Jayashree from assignment team. So as Shruti has already shown you where you'll be seeing your assignment folders and my self-paced courses. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes.
Good. So yeah, so you'll be having assignment on 18 topics which are there in the data science course. So if you go to my self-paced courses, you will see the folder with the data science assignments. And once you go into that, you'll find all the assignments which you're supposed to solve. In initial first 2 assignments, the basic stats assignments we have, there will be a Word file which is available, and you'll be downloading it and edit it and attach in the email ID. I have already shared the contact details in the chat, you can see. So please note down these details. You're supposed to send your assignment region wise.
Jayashree, can you share the screen and show it in LMS?
Yeah, sure. So just I need 2 minutes. Actually, there was power cut, so my laptop is reconnecting with the internet.
Okay, no problem. Let me share the screen. Otherwise, I'll show that.
Yeah.
You can go ahead.
Recording in progress.
Yes. So here, and once you go to your dashboard, you could see data science assignment folder in my self-paced courses. It's
Yeah. So here you can see.
Yeah, here it is.
So in the dashboard, guys, so if you go to dashboard and my self-paced courses, right? So you can see data science assignments. So if you click here, so just click on this resume course. So you will be able to see, so all the assignments topic wise, so like basic statistics, level 1, level 2, so hypothesis testing. So for each and every topic, so there is a text file or Word document. So what needs to be done and what is the problem statement all about. And then there will be a data set, like, so you can like this, forest fire, gas turbines, CSV, these are the data sets. And what you have to do as part of that assignment, so will be mentioned, described in this txt file. So these are downloadable. You can download this and you can work on these assignments, and you can send the Python file and along with your so inferences in a Word document. Yeah, go ahead, Jayashree. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So the first 2 assignments, as sir told, basic stats 1 and 2 are the Word file which you'll be downloading, and you'll edit your answers and you'll share it to the email ID. Once again, I'll try to share in the chat. But from hypothesis testing, if you see here, there is a problem statement along with the data set. So you're going to use this data set and do coding in Python. So any idea what is comfortable, you could go for it. So you'll be sending your code from hypothesis testing onwards. It is highly recommended that once your topic is done, the trainer has completed that particular topic, you have to complete that assignment and send it parallelly. So it would be good for your revision thing also. Any queries so far regarding assignments? Okay, so I guess there is no query. So this is it regarding like assignment.
So the contact
Again, I'm
details.
sharing the contact details in the chat. Please note down this for your future communication. 1 minute. Sir, I cannot send this message to all, na?
Yeah, so the text will be too small to see in the classroom for the classroom participants. So let me show them in the data science material. So here we have the day one. Right. See, the other thing is, so you can also access the data science material. So whatever the presentation that we're discussing in the classroom, right? So those you can access in the same dashboard. Go to the my self-paced courses. So where you find the data science assignments there itself. So you'll find the data science material. You see this? So just click on this, resume course. Right. So day wise. So whatever we are going to discuss, the PDF and also the data sets and Python codes will be available. Okay. So today we have discussed about the agenda, right? So day-wise agenda that is there here. Day-wise schedule is also available in Excel and PDF, and the presentation that we have discussed. So yeah, these are the first day we have discussed, right? And day two, in day two, we have the beginner's guide. So this is the information kit. Okay, so the LMS, so how to join into the sessions. So you can just go through this LMS, the kit. And today's session, you can join, okay? And then assignments and projects. So where to get these assignments? So just follow this, the beginner's guide. And then, so here you can find the contact details. So the assignments have to be sent the location wise. That means the participants who are coming from Bangalore. So they have to send the data science assignments. So to the Bangalore point of contact. So the Bangalore, the assignment, so mentor is, so this, so Kavi Priya. So here we have the mail ID and mobile number. So you can contact her for the queries as well. And for Pune, Mukesh, Mumbai, Jayashree, and for Hyderabad, so Himawant, and rest of India. Okay, so these are the mail IDs as well as the mobile numbers. You can note it down. You can get it from the LMS itself. Okay.
Yeah, and one more thing, like these numbers are there on WhatsApp as well. Since our working time is 10 to 7 p.m., we'll be receiving your calls on that. Sometimes it may happen that due to such sessions, we don't receive your call. In that case, you can drop WhatsApp and we'll reply you on the same day.
Right. Yeah, so if you have any questions related to assignments, you can ask. Otherwise, yeah, so we'll move on. Right. So once you complete all the assignments, right? So within a week, within a week's time, so you will get the information about the projects, right? So once the assignment team members validate your assignments, they'll say go ahead to the project team, and the project team will contact you. They'll put you into a project. So that takes at least 7 to 10 days. So you'll receive the email and the information over WhatsApp automatically. Okay, fine. Yeah, certificates. Kavya, Manasa, who has joined?
It's me, Srini.
Yeah.
Kavya.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Kavya. So you want to share your screen?
Yes, yes. Srini, can you please give me the host access to Kavya ExcelR?
Okay. Yeah, I've given Kavya.
Yeah, got it, Srini. Thank you. Yeah. Very good evening, guys. So myself, Kavya, and I'm from the placements team. So here in this session, I will be explaining you about the certificates. What are the different sort of certificates you will be receiving from ExcelR Solutions, and also the placement preparation process. What are the activities that are like involved in placement preparation process? You will be getting the support. Okay, so firstly, coming into the certificates. Okay, so there are two general certificates which
Hello?
will be provided. Yes, Srini.
Kavya, we lost you. So I think
Yeah.
the problem. Yeah, could you please say the same thing? So we
Yeah,
have
sure.
unstable internet connection here. Yeah, please repeat that.
Yeah. Yeah. So like what I have said is like, so I'm from the placement team and I will be explaining you about the certificates and also the placement preparation process which you're going to like undergo with ExcelR solutions. Okay, so firstly coming to the certificates, there are two general certificates which will be issued from ExcelR side. The first one is the course completion certificate and then the internship certificate. Okay, so the first thing, the course completion certificate. So like for the candidates will be receiving a course completion certificate, okay, after completion of your course, and also all your assignments. It means 100% of your assignments should be submitted to the assignments team and should it get be evaluated by the team. Okay, so after your evaluation of your assignments only, the course completion certificate will be issued to you. So within a week, if you don't receive the certificate from ExcelR Solutions, okay, so you can contact Miss Leela Rani, okay, and here is her email ID. So you can find this document which have already been shown to you by Srini. So in that document only there is an like column, like there is a slide called certificates. Okay, so there you can find the concerned person email ID. So if you don't receive within a week's time, you can drop an email to Leela. She will be cross-checking with the concerned person. I mean, the assignments team head, they will be cross-checking with them and then they'll be issuing the certificate for you. Okay, so after completion of the course completion certificate, sorry, after receiving of your course completion certificate, okay, so you are eligible to do multiple certificates. I mean, like do multiple certifications from ExcelR Solutions. So what are the multiple certificates you can go through? So the first one is your IBM certificate, and then TCS certificate, Strain-based University certificate, and then internship certificate. Okay, so the IBM certificate, I think Shruti has already explained you about the IBM certificate, how you need to get enrolled. Okay, so how, like in which way you will be getting the access and when you need to register and also when you need to give your exam. Everything is being explained by Shruti. So if in case, if you have any doubts regarding the IBM certification, you can contact Shruti Biradar and here is her email ID. Okay, and coming to TCS certificate, so TCS certificate you are eligible only after completion of your all assignments. Okay, so this exam will be generally conducted once in every quarter. So after completion of all your assignments and get it approval from the assignments team, you need to register for the TCS exam immediately, because as it is going to be conducted once in every quarter, we are not sure when it will be conducted. Okay, so you need to book your slot for the exam, and then once the information is being shared about the examination date and time, and also the procedure how to get registered for the TCS, and also like how to like start up your like where you'll be finding the link to start your exam, everything will be sent to you over an email by the TCS team only. Okay, so once you give your exam and if you clear the exam, you will be getting the certificate from the TCS team within 30 days. And the eligibility criteria for TCS examination is you need to have at least 2 years of work experience. So it might be any sort of domain, either IT or non-IT, it doesn't matter, okay? But what the thing you need to have is at least 2 years of work experience is needed to give your TCS exam. For freshers, it is a direct no. So you're not eligible for TCS exam. Okay, and then next you have a Strain-based certificate. So here for the Strain-based certificate, you need to enroll with for the Strain-based University. So after completion of the assignments, as Shruti said, you need to register for the Strain-based examination. You need to provide, you need to give your exam, and if you clear the exam, you will be getting the certificate from Strain-based University stating that you have completed your diploma in data science from Strain-based University. Okay, so whatever the certificates we are going to provide you, or else you will be receiving it after your clearance of your exam, you are eligible only if you complete all your assignments. Okay, if you don't complete your assignments, then you are not eligible to give your exam for these certificates. Okay, and then we have an internship certificate. So this internship certificate is nothing but the projects you do. The certificate will be issued for the projects you do with ExcelR Solutions. Okay, so with ExcelR solutions with our sister, with our sister company AI Variant. Okay, so we provide you the projects to do, the live project to do. So after completion of your project, the project team will evaluate your project, whatever you have done, and then after getting the approval from the project team, the concerned person will be releasing you the internship certificate. Okay, and the duration for that internship certificate is like 3 months. So the general internship duration is 1 to 1.5 months, depending upon the project. Okay, but the certificate you receive is for a max of 3 months for one project you do. Okay, it means so for one project you do, you will be getting 3 months of internship duration certificate. Whereas if you do it for 2, you will be getting 6 months of duration. And if it is 3 or more than 3, then a max of 9 months only certificate, duration certificate will be provided to you. So even if you do for, if you go for 4 projects, you will not be receiving a certificate for 12 months of duration. Okay, you will be receiving only for 9 months. Max of 9 months only will be provided to you. Okay, the reason why we are providing the internship certificate with a different duration is to showcase yourself with a client that you have a hands-on experience and hands-on knowledge on certain concepts which you have done with in the projects of ExcelR. Okay, and also for the students who want to do their masters in different universities, I'm like in abroad or some any other university, if you want to do your masters, okay, you can showcase this internship certificate as a live experience certificate for them. Okay, so that there will be an added weightage for your profile with the client or the university you're going to apply for. So that is the reason we provide you a duration of more than the original. Okay, so here, after completion of the projects, as I said, you will be receiving a certificate called internship certificate. If you don't receive the certificate in a week's time, you can contact Leela Rani by dropping an email to her, okay, stating that you haven't received the certificate yet. Okay, but this is only in the case after completion of all your projects. So for suppose if you complete your first project and register for the second project, okay, then you will not be receiving the internship certificate immediately. Okay, after completion of your second project only you will be getting the internship certificate. Is this clear, guys?
Yes.
Any more doubt? How about the classroom people? Okay, great.
Just one question. So these
Yes.
additional projects, what we do for the internship certificate. So do we need to have like, so it is only during our jumbo pass period, or it is out of that period also we can continue to do that?
Out of that period also you can continue.
Oh, great, great. Thanks.
Okay, yeah. So moving to the next process, okay, after completion of the project, at least one project, okay, but as of now, we are planning to make it as at least you need to do 2 projects. So by the time you come for the placement preparation process, okay, so the eligibility criteria for the placement preparation process will be that you need to do at least 2 projects from ExcelR solutions. So after completion of 2 projects, only you are eligible to attend the placement preparation process. So where different activities like resume preparation and mock interview is involved in this process. Okay. So firstly, the resume preparation process. So in the resume preparation process, okay, what will be what is the support given by ExcelR solutions is we have an industry experts, okay, so who will be explaining you about the resumes on how to build your resume and also how to prepare for the interviews, and to crack the interviews with the different clients. Okay, so here in this session, an industry expert will be scheduling, he will be taking up the session by showing some sample resumes to you. Okay, so based upon the sample resumes, he will be explaining what are the points to be added and what are the unnecessary points to be removed. Okay, so and also after completion of the session, the sample resumes will be mailed to you guys. Okay, so based upon the sample resumes, you need to build your own resume. Even though the sample resumes are shared in an editable format, I suggest you not to follow the editable format to make the changes. So build your resume on your own, because whatever the links which has been shared with the sample resumes, okay, in the sample resumes you have. So if you don't remove that link and do it on your own, Okay, so that link might redirect to that person profile or something, because for suppose in the sample resume, a person LinkedIn profile link has been uploaded. Okay, so if you don't remove that link completely or properly, okay, so if the recruiter try to search for the LinkedIn profile of yours, if you click on that link, then it will redirect to the previous candidate link only. Okay, so that link should be removed properly. So that is the reason, if you're not aware of how to remove that link, you need to build your resume on your own. To avoid such complications, you need to build your resume on your own, guys. So that is the suggestion I would like to give you here. Okay, and then after building your resume on your own, send it back to the industry expert for the review purpose. So your resume will be reviewed within 48 hours, and you will be getting the suggestions if any needed. I'm like, if any changes need to be done in your resume, the industry expert will send you an email about the suggestions, whatever the things you need to change. So based upon those suggestions, you need to rebuild your resume, and again, you need to send it back to the industry expert for review purpose. So all the time you send the resume to the concerned industry expert or the mentor, okay, you need to keep Leela Rani in loop. Okay, so the reason why I'm saying to keep Leela Rani in loop is to track the status of your profile. So within 48 hours, if you don't receive your resume, okay, I'm like the update on your resume, then Leela will start contacting the industry expert to review your profile. Okay, so sometimes the industry expert might miss your profile to review it because of some other reasons. Okay, so that is the reason we ask you to keep Leela in CC. Okay, so this is about the resume building session, and coming to the interview preparation session. So the industry expert will be taking the session to make you know how the interviews will be going on in general cases. Okay, so what sort of questions you need to prepare more? So what will be the weightage of the different topics you learn with data science concepts? Okay, so all these things will be explained, and also how to build your LinkedIn profile, and also like how to upload your resume in different job portals, and how actively you need to be in the job portals to make sure that the recruiters pick your profile on a quick basis. Okay, so all these things will be explained to you by the industry expert in your resume building and interview preparation sessions. Okay, in general, both the sessions will be conducted at the same time. I'm like on the same day. Okay, if they're based upon the industry expert availability. So if he or she is not available for that day, then we'll schedule the resume building session for one day and the interview preparation session for another day. Okay, so most of the cases, both the sessions will be conducted in a single session only. So this is about the resume building and interview preparation. Okay, so what if in case if your resume is being approved by the industry expert, if he says that your profile is good and you can go for the mock, you can go for the further process. Okay, so from then you can start uploading your profile in different job portals, and you can start searching for job. Okay, and at the same time you can attend the mock interviews with ExcelR solutions. Here also we have an industry expert who has a panel interview experience. Okay, so he will be interviewing you as per the different, like how does the different clients will be asking you on the concepts. So if you are a fresher, then he will be asking you the questions which are like in general how will be asked to the fresher. If you are experienced, based upon the experience you projected in your resume, it will be asked. Okay, so the complete feedback will be given to you on the day of your interview itself. I mean, like in the interview itself only, the industry expert will be explaining you or giving you the suggestions on what areas you need to improve, and what are your strengths and weaknesses. Everything will be explained to you in the interview itself clearly, and at the same time you will be getting a detailed feedback from our side. Okay, so that feedback form will be shared to you within 24 hours from the day of your interview completion. Okay, so in the mock interview, there will be two scenarios. What if in case you clear the mock interview? What if in case if you don't clear the mock interview? Okay, so to know the status, firstly, there is a score of 5. So out of total of 5, you need to score at least 3 or more than 3. Okay, so if you score 3 or more than 3, then you have cleared the mock interview. If you score less than 3, then you didn't clear the mock interview, and we ask you to re-attend the mock interview for the second time. Okay, so here you can attend n number of mock interviews. There is no limitation that you need to attend only 1 or 2 or 3. Okay, you can attend n number of mock interview even if you clear or didn't clear. Okay, so if you didn't clear the mock interview, then you need to give your second mock interview at least after 15 days of your preparation. It means from the first mock interview till the date of the second mock interview, there should be a gap of 15 days. Okay, so for the same, for the third, if you fail in the second mock interview and if you want to give your third attempt, then you need to have a gap of 15 days at least. Okay, this is the first scenario. So what is the second scenario? If in case if you clear the mock interview? So if you clear the mock interview, for the candidates who clear the mock interview, there is an additional support which is being given, which is being provided by ExcelR solutions. Okay, so that is called a client requirements or job opportunities. Okay, so here ExcelR solutions, we have a separate team who will be searching on for the job requirements which are related to data science, data analyst, machine learning, artificial intelligence, okay, Python, Tableau, all the different with the different type of keywords we search. Okay, we'll search for the client who are hiring for these positions, and we will be getting the job description from them, and then the JD will be forwarded to you over over the mail. Okay, so whatever the JD confirmation we receive from the client, either for freshers or experienced people, we will be sharing that JD to your registered email ID. So I request you to all to be active in emails. I'm like to view your emails regularly, so that whatever the requirements we do get, we'll be forwarding it to you. If only in the case if you clear your mock interview. Okay. So if you're interested to apply for the position with the client, you can simply share us your consent that you're interested to share forward your profile. Then on behalf of you, we'll be forwarding your profile to the clients. So once we forward, if the client is interested and if they shortlist your profile, we'll facilitate the interview for you. Okay. And here we don't have any location restrictions. We will be searching for the job opportunities in Pan India. For Pan India locations, we'll be searching for the opportunities. So, and also we'll be posting you the requirements of internships, full-time opportunities for both experienced and freshers. Okay, so internships, whatever we show you is a paid internship only, guys. So you'll be receiving some stipend from the client side. So most of the cases, the stipend internships only will be shared to you. But if in case, in some cases, like if the client is dealing with the projects of government, okay, government-based projects if the client is dealing with, then they will be offering, most of the time, they'll be offering a free internship only. So those interviews also will be those requirements also will be shared to you. Okay, so we'll make sure that your profile is being forwarded to the client, and if your profile is being shortlisted, then we'll schedule the interview for sure with the client. Okay, so this is just an additional support we provide for the candidates who clear the mock interviews. Okay, so I request the candidates to prepare well and then only attend the mock interview. Don't attend the mock interview just for the purpose of examining the interview process. Okay, because whatever the feedback we get from the interviewer, the industry expert or the interviewer who is taking your interview, okay, with ExcelR solutions, the feedback form will be whatever the feedback forms we will be receiving it from the interviewers, those feedback forms will be merged, and also overall feedback will be shared to the client along with your profile. Okay, so that is the reason I'm saying try to clear your mock interview within 2 attempts. This is just a suggestion. Okay, that is not mandatory that you are eligible only for the first 2 mock interviews, and from the third mock interview you are not eligible. But yes, here there is a criteria that for the first 2 mock interviews, the placement team will be regularly reminding you for the mock interview process, to attend the mock interview process. If you fail in the first 2 attempts, okay, so from the 3rd attempt, you need to proactively come back to ExcelR Solutions and ask us to schedule the 3rd mock interview. So we'll not be sending any reminders from our side, but for the first 2 mock interviews, we'll be sending you the reminders to attend the mock interview. Okay, so this is about the placement preparation process. So is everyone clear with the process?
Yes, ma'am.
How about others? Is everyone clear?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
it is.
Just wanted
So
to
next,
understand.
going to the program flow.
One question, Kavya. One question from
Yes,
class.
yeah.
Just wanted to understand if there is any email ID change or any number change, whether we will be get notified separately or we have to keep it.
Srini, I'm really sorry, I'm not able to hear his voice. Can you please repeat the question?
Okay. So in case if there is any change in the mail IDs, communication mail IDs, so how the participants will be notified? So that is a question. See, that updated version will be available in the LMS. Okay. So and also those people will contact you. So for example, if certificate, the responsible person mail ID has been changed. Okay. So the new person will contact you for certificates. You don't have to worry about it. In case if you want to know, you can refer here. The updated version anyway will be available in the LMS. Yeah, go ahead. Kavya.
Yes. Yeah. So the next one is the program flow. So from day 1 to day 180. Okay, so if you do your work in time and also if you complete your assignments and projects in time and simultaneously, okay, so you will be completing the complete flow till and you will be a job ready by day 180. Okay, so this is just an estimation program flow. As I said, in the scenario, only if you complete your given work in time. Okay, so from the day 1, you'll be starting up with the data science concepts, and day 2, you need to start up revising the concept, and also you need to prepare on the interview part, how what sort of questions will be asked from the certain concept. For suppose today you're going on with the basic statistics. Okay, so the topic is being completed. Then in the LMS portal itself, you will be finding the set of interview questions topic wise. Okay, so go through the topic and then find out what are the different questions that generally will be asked from the concept. Okay, so prepare for that. Okay, and day 5, you will be enrolling for Core Python e-learning program. Okay, and also not only enrolling for the Python course, you also need to start working on the coding part from the website called HackerRank. Okay, anyhow, that what are the different programming website available for Python. Okay, so that will be explained by the Python trainer in that session itself. Okay, you need to regularly practice the coding part from the different websites. Otherwise, it will be very hard for you to clear the interviews if you don't do that. Okay, so on the day 7, you will be start submitting the assignments, and your assignments will be start validation. Okay, so day 100, you will be completing all the assignments, and you'll be start taking up, you will be enrolling for IBM exam and start preparation for that IBM exam. Okay, the same way from day 101 simultaneously, while you're doing your IBM certification, okay, you can start working on the projects also. Okay, so you'll be start working on the projects. So on day 145, so your profile, you'll be working on the profile of building your resume, and preparation of your complete concepts. Interview preparation will be started. And then after completing those, you'll be starting up your mock interviews. And then if you clear the mock interview, you'll be job ready. Okay, so what I do also suggest you is so don't only rely on the job opportunities shown by ExcelR Solutions. So once your resume is being approved by the industry experts, start posting your resumes in different portals. Okay, and also build your LinkedIn so that the recruiters will be actively looking for the profile of yours. Okay, so what all the interview questions, preparation questions are available in your LMS portal. You can go and prepare using those questions. And these are the different value added courses will be provided for you. And about the sessions, the live sessions for these value added courses will be shared to you at least a week before, week or 1.5 week before, about the live sessions. Okay, so this is about the program flow. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I think no one has no questions. Yeah. Okay, Srini, then over to you. Done from my side.
Okay, so thank you, Kavya. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, Srini. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Kavya.
All right. So anyway, the starter kit, right? So that is available in our LMS. So whatever the email IDs and the contact numbers, all those things you can get from the LMS second day 2 material section. Okay. Okay. So that's all for today. And so tomorrow, yeah. So we will continue discussion on the descriptive statistics at 2 p.m. Okay. And tomorrow, please bring your laptops. So tomorrow we have to do some exercises. Yeah. Please bring your laptops. Okay. So thank you all, and we'll meet tomorrow at 2 p.m. Thank you.